Good people, what's going on? Hey, Geeky Mama in the chat. Hello, Miss Ellen. Let me get it started real quick. Switch over to my screen. Check it, chat. What's going on, good people? Why am I light like this? Maybe, is that my glasses? Might be my glasses. Hold on, good people. I got to readjust. Maybe that got to be it. Hope that's it. Good people, listen. Welcome back. We are officially 1 month. 1 month. Matter of fact, what's today? The 5th. So a month on the 4th, we really going to be excited. So really, I'm going to say less than a month because that night of the 4th, we in like tight underwear. Oh, let's see. Oh, my friend, let me get Helen on the board real quick. What's going on, good people? I'm going to get back in the chat, let everybody know. Give everybody their proper shout-outs. Well, my little thing went out on me. There we go. Ellen is in the building. Get Ellen on the board. All right, good. So I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna scroll back up to chat to start from the beginning, but this is what I want to chit chat. Listen, your boy. Listen, shout out to my wife. I gotta show her so much love for my birthday. She was trying to plan because she had heard that Nintendo was opening the store. You know, of course, she didn't talk to her boy, but she tried to do it on her own. So you know what? Listen, Lord bless her. And she was trying to schedule to me to go out there, to be out there for the opening of the Nintendo store out there in San Francisco. But it opens on the 15th. And so she had kind of scheduled it for the 1st of May because she knew it was coming in May. She thought it would probably be the 1st. And then they delayed it. No, you know, thanks, Steve. I appreciate we can get Steve on the board. My birthday is not until the 7th. So it's in a couple of days. But I take the birthday shouts out. Steve in the building. And so she wanted to do something big. It's my 50th birthday. I know I like to clap it up. I know I have a lot of friends who did not make it to 30, let alone 35 or 40. But to make it to 50, it's a milestone. I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful that I'm healthy as I am to be 50. What's going on, Shoni? How you doing? Let me get you on the board too. But so for my birthday, she surprised me. We went out to San Francisco. Just got back in this morning. If you ever been out there on the West Coast, if you live on the East and you've been out to the West, you know it's that 3-hour difference. So right now, I'm kind of like, you know, trying my best to get myself back together. Because right now, it's really like 5:45. You know, at this time out there, I'm out there walking around. Good people, listen. 2 things. Don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the birthday shouts out, Miss Ellen and my boys Supersonic Saved by Grace. I appreciate you. So we went out there and we had a good time. You know, if you know Gaming Dad likes to, you know, I like to take my little pictures, and took some phenomenal pictures. I'm gonna post them on my YouTube and my Discord once I get them nice and edited like I like them. But I took some beautiful pictures. If you ever been out to San Francisco, man, you gotta go to the Golden Gate Bridge. But just don't go to the Golden Gate Bridge where everybody else go. You can go up the mountain and get a different view. Oh, I can't think of the name of the mountain. I had to look through but it's a mountain that you can drive up, and it'll put you way above the Golden Gate Bridge, and you can look kind of over it. Great. Oh, it's a beautiful view. It's so serene. Man. But the great thing about it, the mountain has 2 different sides. So you can go on both sides of the mountain. So on one side, you get the Golden Gate Bridge, but the other side, you get nothing but mountains. It's just beautiful. Oh, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So had a good time out there. My couple observations of San Francisco. If you've never been to San Francisco, this is a couple things you probably want to log in your memory banks. When they say don't rent a car, they mean it. Don't rent a car. Do not rent a car. And listen, if you're going to drive in, just say for instance, you go to the airport, you don't want to catch an Uber or whatever. The Uber from We was in Union Square. Union Square is pretty popular. It has a lot of different shopping districts, things of that nature. Um, but don't drive your car, or don't rent a car and then drive it and leave it on the street. Oh no, don't do that because they will break into that bad boy. They won't steal it. They'll break in and take everything in that bad boy though. They will do that. They got signs everywhere saying, "Do not leave stuff in your car." They'll tell you. It's bad down there because the homeless population is really really bad. But it was still enjoyable. I call San Francisco like a poor man's New York. It's kind of structured like New York, especially your downtown area. Um, but it's just different. It's different. Captain C in the building. What's going on with you? Listen, I'm just I'm gonna go through everybody's chat in a minute. I just want to just break it down. Let's see, Captain C. I'm just breaking down my little weekend and things that you definitely consider. Uber was my friend. We spent a lot of money on Uber, but it's about the same if you was to rent a car. But we ended up renting a car our last day because our flight left really really late on Sunday, and so when we checked out at 12, so we had about 12 hours to kind of kill. So we drove to Santa Monica. I keep want to say Santa Monica. It's not Santa Monica. It's Santa Rosa. I think it's Santa Rosa. It's wherever the Charlie Brown Museum is. If anybody didn't know your boy, I'm a big time fan of Charlie Brown. And to go to the museum was on my bucket list, so I got to do that. I got to do a couple things for the first time. And shout out to my wife for making those things happen for me. Stayed in a great room. Oh, man. Spectacular room, way up on the 30th floor. Great service. It's nothing like great service when people are genuine and they understand that to get to their bag, a part of getting to that bag is having good customer service. And the customer service was absolutely outstanding. I stayed at the Westin. I think St. Francis Western. Super, super nice. K1 in the building, man. What's going on? Sorry about Oh man, listen. That's a sore subject. We talk about that Detroit thing. But you know what? I tell you this much, man. Detroit won 14 games last year, and so for them to make it to the playoffs and win 2 playoff games, I look at it like a win. It's the same thing. Like, hey, Michigan football wasn't that good last year. However, we beat Ohio State. So, matter of fact, we beat Ohio State and we beat Alabama. So listen, it's a win-win. Hey, all geeky on here twice is nice. Matter of fact, caught it 3 times. I'm put a geeky Twitch. All right, so you say, hey, what is Geeky doing? Geeky, and you can do this too. I am live currently right now on Twitch at GamingDad1906. Feel free to hop over there. I know everybody's trying to save them some money because if everybody know the prices we're getting ready to pay, we gotta find some way somehow to cut corners wherever we can. And your boy Gaming Dad gives you an opportunity every Monday night to get yourself a Nintendo eShop card, and I bought some new ones today, so that means you'll get paid tonight. Yeah, you listen. You know what? Listen, I'm pulling for New York to beat Boston because I really don't like Boston. It's always going to depend on how if they can stay without getting injuries. I think Jalen Brunson is a heck of a player, man. From a coach, I just don't like his game because he's a flopper. His offensive game suspended, but he's a flopper, major flopper, man. And it just curls my toes when I'm like, I just want to grip my teeth every time I see that fakeness. That's the reason I don't like LeBron no more because, what? Like LeBron, when the first couple of years when LeBron was dunking on the Pistons, oh man, I love LeBron. I was like, dang, I love LeBron. He was that guy. But once he started doing all that flopping and complaining about fouls, I just like this. Can't hate that. But I'm gonna get to everybody's comments in a minute. But so yeah, don't drive down there. I mean, don't. I would tell you this here: catch the Uber from the plane to where you gonna be at, and then walk everywhere else. And then when you have an idea, say, all right, we're gonna go somewhere else that's outside the city. You plan that, and then you rent a car. Rent a car for like that day or those 2 days you're gonna be traveling. Do it that way, but don't rent a car, come in and leave that bad boy, unless you get into a really nice hotel that has valet parking. But you're gonna pay for that valet parking. All right, let's get it. Okay, one other thing I want to talk to, man, about if you ever visit San Diego. One thing that caught us off guard, and maybe because I live here in Georgia, and I just don't see it all the time. But man, the amount of drug use, if you're a weed smoker, you're gonna love San Francisco, because everywhere we went, somebody was smoking weed. It's everywhere. It was like, oh, and I hate it. But that was one thing that was definitely the drug use, and you can tell like I grew up in the '80s in Detroit, and I know a crackhead when I see one, and there was tons of crackheads, high functioning crackheads, high functioning drug users all over. That was one thing that definitely caught me in my wife's eye. It was like to a point where I had to be really weary about pulling my camera out and taking pictures, because I didn't want nobody trying to get me, or I didn't want to have to beat up nobody. Because I already in my mind said, you're going to try to steal my camera, I'm going to make you eat that camera. You're going to eat it. I already told my wife. She's like, baby, don't. I was like, listen, they come up on me, they're going to eat this camera. They're going to take it from me, they're going to eat it. If I got to lose it today, buddy, it's going to go all the way down your throat. I'm going to try to force it down there. Okay, I digress. However, that's what I'm telling you. Be on alert. The homeless population is real, and mental health is real down there. But overall, I still had a good experience, though. I had a great time. Dub City in the building. What's going on, man? Let me get you on the board. I'm trying to. All right. Dub City representing Sydney, Australia. Man, Dub City, man, if you still watching, man, listen, did you get a Switch 2? And then how much did you get to pay? How much did you have to pay for it? I would love to know your answer. Like, how much is it over there in Australia? I guess it's got to be a grip. All right, let's go back up to the front top of the chat. Holly Pinky was number one in the building. She was like, hey, the pinned comment of the day, hey, become a member tonight. $2. $2 to get you two chances to be able to get on the board and win yourself a $10 eShop card every Monday night. But it only costs you $2 to be a part of our Super Nintendo. But if you really feel like, hey, I really want to support the channel, things we're doing, we have a $4.99 tier as well. And also, once again, we're broadcasting live on Twitch at Give Me Dad 1906. Feel free to jump over there and jump in the comments. It'll pop up here, and I can put you another spot on the board. And we also broadcasting live on Facebook as well. This is Gaming Dad. It's on Facebook as well. So Holly Pinky was first helping this piece, and then got Breaking Bad 881 says hello. Supersonic Saved by Grace says, I'm not finding much ground to stand on for Switch 2. Or even Switch 1. Nothing is catching my interest lately. Plus, it helps to save money and time for how long I tend to play games daily. My brother, listen, I totally agree. Only because, hey, man, when you have a lot of things you got going on anyway, it's hard to niche out those times. So, when I play games now, I have to really, really focus on, okay, this is the time I want to play games, because I'll be having so much going on. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna play games tomorrow, but I got to get up tomorrow morning and get after it, because I got stuff to do. Major stuff to do tomorrow. So, gotta get some tires, all that good stuff. Cracker Shell 5 is in the building. Candy cuts it up. What's going on, Candy? Ohio in the building. CMG, my guys in the building, say, hey, what's going on, Gaming Dad, in the chat. Everybody show some love to CMG. Geeky in the building. Hey, everyone from Geeky. She giving out. Geeky Mama's in the building. Miss Ellen. Hey, Miss Ellen. Show some love to Miss Ellen. Steve in with the happy birthday shout out. My birthday is May 7th, so it's in 2 days. 2 days. Your boy will be 50. 50. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. Shoney's in the building. I got Shoney on the chat on the board. Soon I passed the comments. Supersonic Saved by God. Oh, he gave me the verse of the day. We love the verse of the day. Philippians chapter 4, verses 6-7. It says, don't worry about anything. Man, I wish more people will understand this scripture and follow in behind it. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray for everything. Get on your knees. The Bible describes, he gives you the instructions on how to pray. Go into a room. Close the door. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. But lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For God is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. Amen. He teaches us how to pray. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done and will do. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard our hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. Listen, I'll be try to talk to kids a lot of times in school, and they get so riled up and worried about certain things in life. I was like, man, you got to understand who's in control. And once you understand who's in control, no matter what the world may do to you, no matter what happens, no matter what mistakes you may make, it won't even matter because God is in control. If you trust in him, then everything else comes into play. I tell you, listen, I pray today for everybody that's watching, everybody who catch this stream today, I pray that you understand that God controls it all. He causes all things to happen for his glory. You got to just trust in that. Trust that he loves you enough to allow you to go through certain things. And if you're going through it, it's a reason. One more thing, I'm gonna get off. But remember, the devil has to ask to get permission to touch you. He had to go to God and ask God, could he shift Peter like wheat? He had to get permission. So if the devil wants permission to touch you, the devil knows there's something on you that is much stronger that he has to destroy, because if he doesn't destroy it, God is going to get the glory. But see, the devil don't understand that God gets glory anyway. Amen. All right. I'm going to keep it pushing. I know you didn't come to hear that, but I love God. I love him to death. See, everybody saying hi to Geeky over there. Steven with the happy birthday shout out. Shoni said hello. I'm keeping screaming. All right, I got you. I came back for the verse of the day. Appreciate you, Supersonic Saved by Grace. I'm going to call you the chaplain of the channel because you comes through with the word. I appreciate you. CMG said, I always wanted to visit San Francisco. Listen, I can tell you right now, me and my wife, we're going to go back. We had such a good time, and we didn't have enough time to explore everything that we wanted to explore. We're like, okay, we got to come back. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm bougie now. My wife called me bougie now because once you get experience a really, we didn't stay at a 5-star hotel. We stayed at a 4-star. But if once you get to that 4-star hotel level, you be like, this is pretty nice here. I can get used to some of these amenities, And so, once you get that experience, you want that experience every time. Like, it's like now, it's like, man, I don't know if I would want to stay on the bottom floor of any hotel again. Like, I want to see the city. We be in the city. Hey. So, yeah, man, San Francisco is definitely worth the experience for sure. Like, you from New York, you're gonna fit right in. You're gonna fit right. A lot of different places. You just gotta, just like any place, you gotta keep your head on your swivel. You gotta watch people that trying to watch you. We didn't do a whole lot of walking at night, even though Baz is 24/7 in the building. Even though we did go to the movies and see Amateur, that was pretty good. They had a movie theater we can walk to. We did the show one night, so, and then we walked home, and then we went to the pier. We had a good time. It was plenty to do, but I tell you, Uber was our friend. We spent a lot of money on Uber. We walked some places, but then it was like, man, listen, I don't feel like walking a mile back to the hotel. Uber. Captain C says, hey, Gaby Dad, say hi to everyone for me. I'm just driving. Yes, Captain C is in the building. He says hello to everyone. K1 says, yo, man, sorry about Detroit. They played great. Series could have went either way. Yeah, could have went either. He said that 3 no call was messed up. Though, listen. You know what? I think, believe it or not, that changed the series. That really, really changed the series. Think about it. That 3 no call makes it a game 7, and we're watching it. We was watching the games on Saturday. Matter of fact, listen, that 3 no 7, it changed. It just changed the whole complexity. But listen, like CMG just said, the future is really, really bright for Detroit. It is going to depend. I think someone said it the best in the Detroit news. They said that Cade is a really good Robin. He needs a Batman. But I think it's the other way around. I think he is a really good Batman. I think even in the last seconds of that last game, he probably should have took the shot instead of passing it. But Beasley, you got to catch that. This is what you've been doing all year. He gave you the ball in your hands. You supposed to catch that and let that fly. So they got some free agents. They kind of sure. I hope they re-sign Beasley. I hope they re-sign Tim Hardaway Jr. I think those two. Out of the ones they got, I think those two you definitely gotta re-sign. Now Reed, I don't know. This is I'm so sick and tired of those darn Celtics. Yeah, listen. CNG said Boston's the only 3 hours from New York from us. You should go to the games, man. Steve M says I have a co-worker from Boston, and he's always talking about how they're the best sports town in the country with the most championships. They get the most championships in basketball, but I wouldn't call them the best sports town. And Boston Brewers are they legendary. But the Boston Red Sox, hold on now, they just got really good since I've been alive. Because before that, Boston was just like the Mets. I remember a time when Boston didn't win nothing. And then probably, I think I might have been in college when, they started, really doing their thing. CMG said that's that tourist the bull in you. You listen, you right. You right. Listen, I'm telling you, listen, that's one thing. So how's the weather in Australia? Oh, he probably. Let's see. Fort Track 800. Let me get you on the board. Fort Track. Good people. Don't forget, man. Get your vote on. Montrack is up and getting you on the board. Get your vote on our poll question of the evening. As you guys have not heard already, but you should hear, is that Gears of War is coming to the PS5, and it's a good chance it's coming to the Switch too. But I'm telling you, listen, first of all, I'm happy that the game is coming, but man, I'm more excited about the price. I think that's a great price. Whoever sat down and said, listen, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna remaster this game. We're gonna charge $40, and it's gonna sell millions of copies. It's gonna sell millions of copies. I will guarantee that. They're gonna look up. They're gonna oh man, it's sold. It's right. It'll probably sell another 3 to 4 million, easy. Because if that thing comes to the Switch too, it's a day one buy for $40, especially on the prices of every other game. Oh yeah, they hit it out the park with this one. That was a great decision. Icon since 87, man. 87, man. I was 12 years old, but man, I take it, Icon 87. Appreciate you. Let me get you on the board. Hey, Icon, man, I don't know if you are a subscriber, man, but we would love for you to be a subscriber to the channel, man. By you chiming in tonight, man, gave you an opportunity to be on the wheels of steel for our free $10 eShop card that we give out tonight. Baz it 24/7 TV. It's in the building. I got you on the board, my brother. Let me get you again. That's it. 2. All right. K1 says, how do you consume games, Gaming Dad? A few hours after work? Do you just play games when the kids play? Or do you play when everyone is asleep and get in a quick session? Okay, I am more of your first and your last statement. I try my best because I'm so busy. Because, Gaming Dad, not only do I teach, I have another full-time job on top of that. Of course, I'm doing YouTube. I'm a photographer and a DJ. So I do so many other things, right? I have to schedule it because if I don't schedule it, it don't happen. So my best time to schedule it is to just pick a time and say, hey, this is my time here. Then I'm gonna like tomorrow. I picked 8 o'clock. I want to get done with everything that I'm going to get done that I'm going to do by 8 o'clock, because from 8 to 10 I'm on game. And then, I haven't gamed that long in a long time. Usually it's like an hour, but I picked out 2 hours because I think I deserve it. And then and the other time, man, like listen, I gets in, if my wife want me to come to bed, I'll come to bed, and she used to go to sleep before I do it. When she go to sleep, but I'll pull it out and give me a session or two in. So that's how I gotta consume, man. Just on that as much as I can. But listen, my backlog is crazy, and but I'm good. A great question, KP. I appreciate you. I keep calling you KP, but I want to call you K1. K1 in the building, like KRS1. I like that. K1 in the building. Icon since 1987. Said, I'm a Rockets fan, but the Pistons were a fun team to follow this year. Kate is a beast. Listen, I'm a Rockets fan because of the twin. Oh, listen, I love the twin, and I love y'all coach. I just feel like they did it wrong in Boston. I know he had some issues with, keeping it together, sexually. However, I don't care. Coaching wise, I love his mindset. He reminds me of our current coach. I love Bernie Bickerstaff. I love his mindset. I love his father as coach because he was so always defensive oriented. And to me, teams that are coaches who are defensive oriented is the coaches that draw to me the most. So, but that twin, brother, I think y'all got a man. We got a sure. But them twins, buddy, they're gonna be special, buddy. Special. Bowser 24/7 with the super chat, man. Listen, he said 5 super chats worth can't be asked to do it for $1.99 5 times. Oh man, listen, I appreciate you. But the goal gotta be 5. We'll work it out. Maybe we'll work it out. Maybe if I can get 2 more instead of 5. Because this way it can spread out. I just want to make sure like the object is to get more super chats that you can. So this way you can start, I can increase the buying level. That's what I'm trying to groom. But I think about it. Let me think about it. I appreciate it. Super chat, Battle 24/7, representing the UK in the building. CMG says, what do you guys think about those game key cards? People are really upset about it. All right. This is Gaming Dad's issue, or this is how I feel about the game key cards. So I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna take a game like Madden. All right. So to me, it's like a game by game situation. A game like Madden, I don't mind going digital because of the fact you don't really get a whole lot in return if I have to go back and resell that game. So I'm not even gonna care if I don't get the fullness out of the game. But since if it's a game like Star Wars, I wouldn't mind buying the game key card for this reason. Why? Because I can still sell it back. To me, it's like, okay, if I'm done with this game, can I sell it back? Games that I really, really want, I would prefer to have them on the card. So, for instance, like a game like Mario Kart that's not on the game key card, I'm gonna buy a physical copy of that card because I want the game on the cartridge. I want it with if all fail, I can throw that cartridge in there and play. I want that experience. I wanted to have it on the card. People are upset because they're looking at the price and comparing the price to something that's digital. But man, if you got a PS5 or Xbox, you've been doing this for years. This ain't nothing brand new. This is nothing brand new. So I don't know why people getting out been out of shape. But me personally, it's a game by game situation. I look at Street Fighter. Well, I'm gonna buy the game regardless because I know there's going to be some value long term, even after. And I don't care if I got to download it. I look at the game like, hey, 1, do I want it? 2, does it have value? 3, is it worth it? So like another game, let's take Split Fiction. That's another game key card. That's a game I'm probably gonna pass on. You know what? I'm probably going to listen. I'm not gonna buy it digital because digital gonna be full price. So I'm gonna buy it on sale. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it at launch. I'm like, nope, this game gonna be on sale. If it's on sale physically, then heck, at that time, then yeah, I'm gonna buy it on sale. To pay full price for it, no, I can wait. There's too many other games to play. Cyberpunk, I'm supporting it. Why? Because the whole game is on the disc. Now I know they're gonna download. You want to download something when it comes to Cyberpunk in the beginning. I get that, but I am definitely willing to support games that get the whole game on the disc. Damien X Machina. If that game was a game key card game, I probably wouldn't buy it. I probably would wait once again for a sale. But the whole game is on the disc. I'm probably gonna pick it up. Matter of fact, I've pre-ordered it, so I'm probably definitely gonna pick it up. So to me, it's a game by game situation, and you gotta evaluate. Like, all right, matter of fact, if you have multiple systems, let's say for instance you got a Steam Deck or Xbox, PlayStation, you got to look at every game like, okay, is it worth me putting this investment in just to have it on Switch 2, or can I get away with playing it somewhere else? That's something I got to think about. All right, I'm excited that Gears is coming. Super excited that Gears is coming to the Switch 2. I want to play it. I want to play it in portable mode. But I got to think about, like, well, do I really need it on portable mode? I mean, it's going to come to Xbox Game Pass for sure. So it's a toss-up. It's like every game now has to be scrutinized. Like, I have to know if the game is a key card or is the whole game on the disc. Listen to every developer that makes the decision to put their whole game on the key card on the disc, rather, to put the whole game onto the cartridge, rather. You're gonna get more support out of me for sure. For sure, I'm more or less to put my money down on those type of games that I am for those who I got to download something. Great question, CMG, man. I appreciate you, man. Got a lot of content out of that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listen, Bastard 24/7 with the second super chat. All we need is 3. No, man, matter of fact, if we get one more super chat tonight, we're going to give out 2 Nintendo eShop cards tonight. I got them in the chat. I got them today. All we need is one more. Bastard 24 says, one more, guys. Let's go one more. Steven says, I don't like game key cards, but it depends on the game. See, I'm saying here, Madden or most likely online games, I won't care as much. I'm disappointed about Sega doing only game key cards for all of their launch games. So, listen, that's the one situation when you I'm looking at Sonic, right? Now, I bought that game for my kids on the Switch. And to me, they should get the $10 treatment too. And for them not to get it, oh no, I would never. I told my kids, I was like, if you can buy it if you want to, but I'm not buying it. No, it's no way I'm gonna give them that kind of extra money just because. You know what? That's to me, that's a shame on them. Shame on Sega for this repackaging the game, putting a little bells and whistles on it, and then reselling it at almost full price. I mean, that's crazy, man. It should be a $10 upscale. If you bought the game, if I supported the game already, you should be willing to hook me up. But the minute they don't, I was like, oh no, another game that, hey, if I have to ever buy, it will be on sale. It will be, matter of fact, it will be a Black Friday sale. If that Black Friday sale don't look right, no sirree. Sorry, Sega. You lose on this one. Steven says, depending on the game, I may get it on PS5 physically instead of Switch 2 keycard. Yeah, listen, I'm me and Steve, I think we both on the same plane. It's like it depends on the game and what it presents. What if I'm really getting out? That's why I say Madden. I'm probably, even though I pre-ordered Madden at GameStop, I'm probably gonna cancel that pre-order. I'm probably gonna pick it up digitally. And I'll probably buy the more expensive version so I can get it early because I want to play. All right, so that's where I'm at. Hey, Holly, I saw you was here early. Now you back at it. How you doing this wonderful evening? Holly, we're probably gonna get both of our wishes this generation. We're probably going to get Master Chief and Smash as some form of fashion, and we're getting Halo on the Switch. Now, listen. Speaking of that, real quick, I'm gonna get to K1. I'm gonna get you your comment in a second. Speaking of Microsoft, now it seems so logical, right? So logical that Microsoft will bring this game to the Switch. It's a homer, so it's a win-win. But you know what? This is the same company that launched a system with not one kid game. Have had Banjo-Kazooie locked in jail for all these years and never decided to remaster. Never decided to say, you know what? Let's remaster this game. Let's work with Nintendo. Let's make it happen. Not once. The smartest thing they could have ever done. This is the same company. So my fingers are crossed. I'm 90% sure that Gears of War is coming. But Microsoft has disappointed me before, and it would not shock me if they disappointed me again. If they mess around and only release Gears of War Reloaded on the PlayStation 5, they're stupid. I mean, I can't. It's no way around it. I think that's the dumbest decision you can ever make. You're just leaving so much money on the table. You're leaving millions of copies on the table. Millions. Because, like, if we really predict, like, you know what, I think if the poll question tonight was, like, hey, will Nintendo sell 5 million units at launch? You're going to say absolute. Listen, I'm going to say absolutely. If Nintendo has 5 million units to sell, they're going to sell those things day one. Day one, the things are going to sell. Day one. But you know what? It's going to be very, very interesting. We're going to talk about that too. The possibility of them having systems in store. All right, K1 says $40 is the perfect price for Gears of War. I don't want to pay full price again for something like Kirby. Xbox really understands pricing as of now for the consumer. Bravo. Great statement, K1, because that's how I feel. I think, you know what? $40 is perfect for these remasters. Even if it's, you know what, to me, like, listen, true enough, Gears of War, excellent game. I haven't played it in almost 10 years. Would I be willing to replay it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to replay it again, and I'm going to pay it $40. Glad, even though I know this game is coming to Game Pass. I got Game Pass. I got Xbox. But I want it on my Switch, and I want it on the go. I'm with that. Totally with that. Listen, shout out to them. Now, if they're smart, they'll keep the pricing structure because they're going to sell millions of copies. You know what? Once it drops, you know, it's coming to PlayStation. I would say on PlayStation, it's going to sell a million copies. I'm going to say on PlayStation, it's going to sell 1 million copies. And I think this is smart for Xbox because what you're doing, you're introducing people to your brand and your IPs. And now you give them some incentive to maybe come back to GameStop. You know what? I mean, come back to Xbox. You know, maybe Xbox don't do so well, but that next generation, you have things prepared and ready to go. And then people look at it and say, you know what? Hey, man, the sequel to this game that I love so much on the Switch that I never heard about is coming back in full force, and it's on this new Xbox. So then now I got to pick up the new Xbox to play the next version. See, it's a wonderful way to do it, man. Good people, let's look at before we continue, let's look at the poll question tonight. It says, is $39.99 the right price for these remastered Xbox titles? 50% of you guys are like, absolutely. And I'm with the 50%. Absolutely. 22% of y'all be like, nah, this should be cheaper than that. The question is, if you voted for that second one, that they should be cheaper, how much cheaper? And then the last one was like, I'm not replaying these games. That's 28% of you guys. So you know what? Listen, the last section, I understand. You know what? Like once you played it again, you don't really have. It's hard to go back and replay certain games. So like even though Metro Prime Remastered is a great game, and you know I'm slowly chucking through it, but I don't have the same vigor, the same excitement I did when I first played it on the GameCube. So I'm going back through it. I'm gonna get through it. Because to me, like if I like to look at the two right now, I think Metroid Dread still was like a funner game. That Metroid Dread was just different. It was like, oh man, it gave me a little bit of scariness with a little bit of combat. It gave me a little bit of everything. I love Dread, boy. That's a good one. But I totally get it when it comes to this comment here. Great comment, K1. Appreciate you. Jack Black 12 in the building. What's going on, Jack Black? Sorry it took me a little long to get down there. I'm trying to go through all the comments before we get to some of these other stories. We covered a couple of them. Way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bazit 24/7 TV with the third super chat. And since we got third, we're giving out two, not one, but two eShop cards tonight. That's right, tonight. So listen, two things you can do. Like, listen, you can become a member tonight. Pay $2. Get yourself an extra chance to win tonight. And you got two chances. I'm going to take the top two. And then the top two going to win $10 eShop cards. And we can make it happen, Captain. So I got a good one. So just to say, what if Geeky hits and her Geeky 2 hits at the same time? Maybe it's Geeky and Geeky 2. She get them both tonight. So if you don't hear twice and the wheel falls in your favor and both your names is in the top two, you get double for your trouble. You get two cards tonight. So let's go. Let's go, good people. Dookie 23 says, have you played all the Gears? I have played all the Gears. I've only finished 1 through 3. 4 was, I don't know what's going on in my life then. And I played a little bit of 5. I own 5 somewhere around here. But 5 came with, it was just it's so many games, man. And it's so hard to stay focused in on one because then, on top of that, you like your sports game. Like I like my Maddens, I like my 2Ks. I like my, back in the day, I was Pac-Man 99. And I don't know how many hours I got on Pac-Man 99. Please, Nintendo, bring back Pac-Man 99. Do that for your boy. Please. Jeez, oh, Pete's. And so, I like Pac-Man 99. And so, and then I play a lot of chess. I'm always playing games. I just not, to stick with one, man. It's almost like having ADHD. But the Gear series is dope. Like, I'm telling you, like, the Gear series is dope. Can't go wrong. Let me get you on the board, Dookie. Appreciate the comment. All right, Dookie's on the board. Bazit says, what's going on, Dion? See you in the building. He said, pricing may, it's a question, pricing may be for Nintendo, but the increase in prices for the console and games, etc. is crazy. Listen, we haven't even talked about the Microsoft increase. And I've listened to some other YouTubers, and shout out to my boy Obi-Wan. Love Obi-Wan, love his content. But I disagree with him that Microsoft is over. I was like, because right now, if you don't know, if you've been sleeping under a rock lately, Microsoft's consoles currently today are $100 more than they were before. I think some of them might be 80. I don't know, but there still is a lot more money today than they were because of the tariffs. Now, for right now, things could be a bad thing, but it could increase and become better depending on if some of these deals get brokered. And right now they're in a position where they're playing chess with the American government, and they gotta come to the table and have these discussions. So I think it's a good thing overall, and I don't think these tariffs are gonna be. I don't think they're gonna last as long as we. I think these deals will begin to start to get brokered slowly but surely. But it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Dion in the building. What's on, Dion? Listen. Though let me. This case I didn't explain it. If you won last week, you can't win 2 weeks in a row. So you win if you won, like Dion won last week. So this week he's on the board. We're gonna see. If he wins twice. It's like the congratulations clap, but he doesn't win the prize twice because this way he gives more people the opportunity to win. So we win. But next week, Dion, you win it to win it. Oxford Trapper in the building. Let me get Oxford Trapper on the board. Every time I think of your name, Oxford Trapper, I think of Trapper Keeper. I had a Trapper Keeper when I was a kid, when I was in school. Tariq in the building. What's going on, Tariq? How you doing? Is it GG Bassett? K1 was like, I got K1 on the board. Yeah, I got K1 on the board. K1 says, Pac 99 was so good. Only 99 games I won. You listen, you right. Pac-Man 99 was like, I was so hurt when they said, oh, we're gonna take this game out. Like, man, that game always had people on that bad, but it was always good competition. And you had to have a strategy. And listen, and you had to have a real good D-pad. And so I'm gonna tell you how many times I've won just playing with my my Switch Lite. Appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you, Dion. But yeah, K1, yeah, that 99, Payment 99, it was the truth, man. Jay Biggs, what's going on, man? Jay Biggs in the building. Jay Biggs is funny, man. Jay Biggs should be the tag me in the message on X and say with the New York song. Listen, I couldn't be mad at him. Even though we got robbed, but I'm gonna look forward because I really hate Boston. I mean, I'm a fan of the Knicks. I love John Starks. That New York era. Y'all just. I think without Jordan, y'all probably would have y'all a couple championship. But Jordan, boy, that move when Jordan took John Stark, came back baseline and dunked on Union. Woo, classic right there, buddy. All right, let's see. All right, let's talk about the Let's see if I get anything pulled out of here real quick. Save stories. Um, we're gonna talk about this first story real quick, then we're gonna come back to Xbox. Let's see. We can go ahead and switch my screen real quick. Boop. All right. Reminder: Nintendo fiscal year earnings released to be published on May 8th. Woo! Good people, listen. This is the question. All right. You was right. Sun versus Knicks would have been a dope fight. Yes, absolutely. I look at man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm a Patrick Ewing fan. I was a Patrick Ewing fan when he was in college under John Thompson, because I was a John Thompson fan as a kid. Like John Thompson is one of my favorite coaches, and he coached two of my favorite players. He coached Ewing, and he coached Iverson. He coached somebody else too. Did Alonzo Mourning play for? No, not Alonzo Mourning. I'm trying to think who else came out of there, but it still was Ewing for me. As a matter of fact, I remember as a kid I had the Pat Ewings, buddy. Y'all know nothing about them Pat Ewings. I had them Pat Ewings. Let's see, hold on. Those are my two favorite teams. Yeah, Kevin Johnson. People don't understand how good Kevin Johnson was as a point guard. Kevin Johnson was so underrated. The Barkley and the Ewings are my favorite players. Yeah, I love Barkley too, though. I love Barkley. I think though, but Barkley's he's not my favorite forward of all time. I ain't gonna lie. My favorite forward of all time is Rasheed Wallace. Morning dig. I swear Morning did go to Georgetown. So listen. Even though I'm a fan of I'm the fan of the small guard and the big center. I like Patrick Ewing over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Even though I love Kareem, you couldn't stop the hook. But I was Ewing was my guy though. Love Ewing. If they wasn't playing the Pistons, I was always cheering for New York. But yeah, Barkley, yeah. But my favorite forward all time, give me Rasheed, please. Rasheed did it all, but good help side defense, man. Get you in the post, great post game, great 3-pointer. He was pretty much the the legit real stretch four. All right, I know I ain't gonna talk about my basketball, but back to Nintendo. May 8th is going to tell a lot about where the Switch, how much of a tank that the Switch have, and I think we're gonna be surprised, man. I think we're gonna be closer. I think once this come out, it's gonna have surpassed the DS in sales. I think the Switch is gonna pass the DS in sales, and I'm gonna say about 155 million. I'm gonna think they've sold maybe about 3 million. You smoke mid. He said Charles Barkley is the best basketball pundit now, though. Yeah, he is. I love Charles. Charles is raw with it. You smoke mid. That's a crazy name, but I got you. Listen, man, you on the board, man. We come on now. What? It would do that to me, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. About to get mad. You smoke mid, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Let me get you on the board real quick. If by you chiming in tonight, man, with this board here, we give out a free Nintendo eShop card. And by you chiming in today, we're giving out 2 tonight. So you jumped on in. Jay Big says, I think this Switch made it to 154, 155. Yeah, I think we definitely have surpassed the DS. Got you on the board. We are also broadcasting live on Twitch at Gaming Dad 1906. Feel free to jump on there. If you jump in on there and post a comment, they give you 2 chances to win one or even both of the eShop cards tonight. It can happen. Quake 311 in the building. Hey, PC. And the PC then popped up in here. Phantom. Let me get you on the board. Katrina. Gotcha. He says, in the last 3 years, Nintendo has doubled its share price. Listen, boy, you are preaching listen, I'm coming that direction. He said, in the last 3 years, Nintendo has doubled its share price. If y'all talking about the fiscal year incoming up, listen. Anybody, Geeky can testify to this. I've been trying to get cats on this channel to buy Nintendo stocks. I've been trying to do it for 3 years. I said, listen, you got to pick up Nintendo stocks. Listen, even before they split, because people don't say like their shares split, and then it went down. I said, oh, this is the perfect time. It's under $10. Pick this share up, and even after the split, that bad boy is. I think it's almost. It should be at 20. Matter of fact, let me look at it. It should be at $20. Where we at? So right now, Nintendo's at $21. If you would have bought 100 shares, your money would have doubled. If you'd have bought 100 shares at $8, you'd have made $1,300 just by putting $800 to the side. Telling you, man, listen. And you know what? The bad part about it. It's going to grow. It's a great stock to invest in right now. Because you wait, it's going to jump again. It's going to jump again after the next direct. This next direct, I'm telling you, is going to be phenomenal. Because this is where you can get the real nitty-gritty of third parties and what's coming. Oh, see, Geeky said, let me see how much Brian. Listen, I'm telling you, people, y'all should be picking up this. I would still pick up the Nintendo stock right now. Even at $21, I would still pick it up. I'm going to predict within the next year, it's going to get to that $26, $27 mark. That's a lot. You take any stock and you say within a year, it's going to jump $5. oh, you jump in on that, because if you buy 100 shares of that, well, that means you just made $500 and it looks less than a year. It's worth it. Let's see. CMG says, what up, J Biggs? Watching this game. Brunson missed that layup wide open. He tired. Brunson is tired. He did get beat up pretty well with the Pistons. Let's see. I got everybody on the board. I think I got everybody on the board. Let's go back. So this fiscal year should be pretty interesting. Let's see what it says. It says May 8th, 2025 is going to be an important day for the industry watchers, investors, and Nintendo fans, as Nintendo will share their earnings releasing for the 2005 fiscal year. The company usually shares their plans and projections for the next year every May. So really big. It's flying under the radar because everybody is hyped for the Switch 2, and rightfully so. But I think May 8th, which it should be this Thursday, you should really pay attention to that news that day, because it's going to give you it's going to show you where Nintendo believes it's going to be in a year's time. So this is where they put out new forecasts. They do all that good stuff. And so it's very interesting. So, that you get an idea of how many Switches, even Switch 2, Nintendo plans to sell within this fiscal year. So this is going to be a really telling report, because of the fact that it shows everyone else, what do Nintendo think about Nintendo. All right, let me continue. It says, it said, we can expect Nintendo to share their projections for the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch hardware and software for the next fiscal year, and have a better idea of how they plan to ramp up production of Switch 2 to meet demand. We also will be able to tell how the Switch has performed in the last fiscal year in terms of hardware and software. It is very likely the Switch, it's at 150.86 million, will come extremely close to surpassing lifetime Nintendo DS and DS hardware sales of 154. Now listen, so the last time they reported, Nintendo was at 150.86. This particular analyst believes that they're going to come close but not surpass. I think they're going to surpass. I think it's going to be like a 155, 156 thing. It says, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. So that's where I'm at on this particular situation here. Let's go some of these comments. CMG says, I need to try that Nintendo stock as well. Listen, man, I tell you, man, this buy, I have learned a lot. You know what? You want to buy and not sell. Continue to accumulate, especially if you see companies that you know for sure that have a potential for growth. All right. So I look at Nintendo. Nintendo really, as a property, has diversified themselves and has made them make money in certain situations that 5 years ago they weren't making money from. So let's look at, like, hey, let's look at the Mario movie. That $1 billion plus revenue from that movie that came over to Nintendo. I don't think they got about a billion, but they got close. Let's say they got 500 million. That 500 million was not planned 5 years ago. That was something they have diversified, and so they are continuing their diversification into the multimedia side of the company. So what else is Nintendo doing? Nintendo is slowly but surely strategically opening up stores in key markets in the U.S. and other countries. Even though they just closed a store over in, I think, Japan. However, but still, I mean, key stores. So they're opening up new retail stores, and then the behemoth, the consistent flow of cash that was going to come out of these amusement parks, the one in Hong Kong, the one in LA, the one they just like you're ready to open up May 22nd in Florida, is consistent income that's coming into the company. So you look at a company like that consistently has cash flow building upon building upon building, new hardware, new software. The company is growing, and so you got to pay attention to those things, because those things, if they grow, this is where you hop on that bandwagon and you start to invest right now early. Hold on to those stocks, and then those stocks can become capital for you. So, okay, let's do a little history lesson. Let's look at Elon Musk. That Elon Musk does not he doesn't receive an income from Tesla. He says, "Pay me in stock options." That's how he get paid. He get paid so that he gets stocks. He gets it. And so, what can he do with them stocks? He owns the stocks. He can go to any bank anytime and say, "Listen, I need to borrow $200 million," and he can live off that $200 million cash free tax free because it's a loan. Because he owns the stocks. You could do the same thing. You know what? You got so many stocks. You can go and you can borrow against those stocks. Tax free. We gotta learn how to rich stay rich. We gotta learn these tricks and traits. All right, I'm sorry. I get on a tangent. You Smoke Me, it says, let me put his comment up. He says, Switch 2 is going to be the best thing Nintendo has ever released. It will sell out summer and then sell huge for the holiday after they hopefully sort out the tariffs and all of that. Okay, so listen, I'm going to add to that because everything you said was absolutely correct. But to add to that, think about, let's look at this year real quick. What other games they still have coming? They still got Metroid. They got Zelda. They got Pokemon. They got Kirby. All right. They got 4 properties already in line. Are they big staples? No, but they don't need to be big staples because the system itself is going to carry them throughout this holiday. It's going to be a hot commodity because of Mario Kart. What games have not been announced? We have not heard yet about a new Mario game, but it's a new Mario movie coming out next year. And it's coming out early next year. So between now and early March, we got a Mario game that's coming with a movie to match it. Okay, let's keep it going. What else? Oh, where's Smash? Where's Animal Crossing? New mainline Nintendo Switch 2 Pokemon game. All this is coming. This is coming next year. It's gonna be another standout year, especially if they can slip Smash Brothers somewhere in that. It's a win-win. So think about it. Next year if they get a Mario and Smash Brothers and Splatoon 4. Oh man, that momentum just carries them right all into the following year. All right, now listen. Now we're talking the beginning. We're talking that third year. We're talking like 2027. Right. So Christmas 2027, we're gonna get a light. We all look at this Nintendo Switch, what they got right now. We like, oh man, that's phenomenal. But just imagine that same type of screen, the same technology, the same games, in a light form. Oh, buddy, now you cooking with fire. Now you cooking with oil mixed with gasoline, but it's cooking. So these next couple of years is gonna be super, super good. And then listen, we haven't even talked about COD. We haven't even talked about the possibility of a GTA 6 coming on over. We haven't talked about the panic buttons of the world that's going to find some way to fine tune and tweak the Switch to get more impossible ports over to the system. We haven't even talked about that. So we got things to come. What's going on, Avant? Ty Robot, what's going on with you? He said, hold on, let me go back to the other. I'm going to get to your comment in 1 minute, Ty Robot. This says, so you said also EA needs to give us NCAA football 26. Listen, my brother, listen, we are two of a kind. Because I said that day when I said, man, why is Madden here and not NFL NCAA 26? Another dumb decision by EA. See what I'm saying? Listen, hey, I'm a fan of their products. I like EA. But EA in this generation has been stupid because they've left tons of money on the board. There's no way that Madden shouldn't have been on the Switch. You trying to tell me after you just sat back in year 4, you watched this system get almost 100 million units, and you trying to tell me no one thought to say, you know what, we probably should get Madden on there. And no one thought that? This is stupid. You know what? Even think about it. Even if Madden would have came over and sold 1 million, maybe 2 million copies. That's a win. Now, listen, I don't care. That is a win for them. Absolute win. Because I think they would have sold more than that. Because I got older partners, and one of the reasons why they didn't buy a Switch, they were like, man, I mean, 2K is okay, but it's 30 frames per second. That was one thing. A lot of my friends didn't like that. They were like, it's okay. You know, it's something to do. But their second gripe was like, man, there's no football on here. Listen, you're right. There's no football in it. How can you have it? How can you have a system with no football? Third thing they said, no COD. Well, this year they ain't gonna have no excuse because all of them gonna be on there. But college football should have been number one. To me, if I'm Nintendo, or if I'm EA, I'm saying, hey man, college football was like the number one sports game sold last year. Why is that game not on the Switch day one? Tell you, man, just like stupid decisions. Like who is in your boardroom making these decisions on greenlighting games? You need to have gamers helping you greenlight these games. Because real gamers are going to tell you, there should have been surveys that say, hey, what do we do? What should we do? But they didn't do that. Crazy. Crazy. All right, I digress. Ty Robot says, you right. And we'll have a new Zelda by Q1 2027. Listen, I believe Zelda comes before that. I believe Zelda is the Christmas game next year. Listen, and I bet you it's going to be a remake of Ocarina of Time. And I hope it is. And I pray, listen, I really, really hope they go back on that remake. They make that remake in the same image as that Wii U tech demo. That's what I want. That is what I want. Give me that. Because, you know, they showed that tech demo and everybody that I know was like, oh, man, that Zelda going to be out cold. And they didn't go that direction. I was like, oh, that was stupid. So I want Ocarina of Time made just like in that Wii U tech demo. And that bad boy that's going to be the Christmas game next year. They're going to crush next year. They're going to crush it. They're going to make everybody and their mama, it's going to sell out again. Like, with that kind of lineup, it's going to continue to sell out, until probably that third year. Anybody who waited and who said, you know what, I have a lot of people that say, well, you know, I'm going to wait. I don't think that's the move. I'm still going to tell you, I don't think that's the move. You wait till after people start really finding out like that COD is running on the Switch and it runs very, very well. You're going to have a lot of people who did not even look at a Switch. You're going to have a lot of these people that's like me who are workers, who's out there in the field, who say, oh, man, I could take my COD and on my lunch break, I can get in a couple. Or on my lunch break, I can get in Madden. I convinced a lot of my friends to get Steam Decks just to play Madden. And then what did Madden do? They put the anti-cheat on there. And then all my friends was mad at me. Like, man, I can't even play. I got to play Madden 23 because they got anti-cheat on it. It's a win-win. Oh, man, let me get these people on the board. Ty Robot, man, thank you for coming through, man. Listen, hey, by you chiming in tonight, you have given yourself an opportunity to win one of 2 eShop cards that we give out tonight. So Ty Robot is on the board. Got Avant in the building. All right. Let me get back to the getting back. All right. Gigi says the next Animal Crossing game is going to sell like crazy. My issue, this is the dilemma for Nintendo, is that do you make Animal Crossing exclusive to the Switch? I don't think you do. I think that's a game that you can have on both systems, and then really make it happen. I think that's, to me, they will make a ton more money. They would continue to have that would continue to force a reason for people that might not have the money to pay that extra premium for that next system and still keep them engaged into the Nintendo ecosystem. But you're right, it's gonna sell like crazy, no matter what they do. No matter what they do. Quake 311 says, "Oh my goodness, I had to ditch Expedition 33 on Game Pass. 30 frames per second on the Series S wasn't cutting it. I might give it another go on PS5 after Doom, Dark Ages, and Borderlands 4." Yikes. So from what I'm hearing is that this game has to be played to be enjoyed, because it looks really fast paced when they make those decisions. That should be a 60 frame experience. Doom Dark Ages come out next week, buddy. Listen, I ain't gonna front. Listen. That is on the schedule. I have scheduled myself time for that because that's the Game Pass. As soon as I can download, I'm downloading. Ooh, it ain't taste good. All right. Bazzer 24/7 says, "I think Nintendo made Mario Kart World so that they can use Mario Kart 8 engines for F-Zero." See, this what makes it hard for F-Zero. It'll always be in the shadow of Mario Kart. See, what Nintendo, this is what Nintendo failed, and this is where they went wrong at. Like, that whole year, we had a whole year. They should have released, they kept giving us snippets of F-Zero. They should have just made another F-Zero game and just put it out there. It would have sold. It would have sold. People would have still played it, and they could have waited for Mario Kart. They could have launched the system with something else. But they didn't. And now Mario Kart World is here. Ain't no racing game is safe. I think the only racing game that's gonna have somewhat of a good opportunity to survive and thrive will be Forza. But that Sonic racing game, dead water. Like who's coming off of Mario Kart to play that? Nobody. Nobody, unless you own PlayStation or Xbox. But on Nintendo, no, that game will get bought on sale. Not just sale, but on sale. All right, good people, listen, look at the poll question real quick. If you're over here on YouTube, it says, the question is $39.99 the right price for these remastered Xbox titles? 62% says absolutely. 21% says they should be cheaper. But how cheap? I want to know how cheap is, because to me, I think $40 is great. Especially, the whole game, and the whole game on the cartridge. What? And the last selection is I'm not replaying these games, and that's at 17%. So good people, get your vote on right now. Good people, listen, we got 20 likes. We gotta get it to at least 29. If you haven't hit the like button yet, man, take an opportunity, man. Boop, hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate you, all that you do. All right. Let's see. All right, we are at let me get to J Big's question real quick. J Big says, everyone wants that Wii U tech demo. I know I do. Listen, that tech demo, you listen, J Big, I don't know if did you get to see it like live? Like, I got to see that thing live, like on TV when they dropped that bad boy, and I was just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know how many times I rewatched that bad boy. I was like, man, that's gonna be the Wii U. That's all. And that joker never came. Listen, boy, Nintendo, another decision that I don't know who made, but was not the best decision they should have made. That should have been that next Zelda iteration. But yeah, that tech demo, boy, is tough. Quake 311 says, they pumped out a Zelda variant once a year. This year, Hyrule Warrior. Don't know what remaster we'll get next year. I doubt that they're that ambition to remake Ocarina of Time from the ground up. They might, man. Listen, they're gonna need something, and you know what? They have been true to that cadence, that a Zelda every year. They've been true to that, and I don't think it stops. I think next Christmas is gonna be some form of remake, something. Excuse me. The Knicks won. Oh, they did, because I just, Boston, man, I just, ugh. Wet Pasta. Love that name. What's up, man? How do I enter? Wet Pasta, man, you just enter right now, buddy, by chiming into the chat. Let me go ahead and switch it right now. Let me get this off the board. Everyone, show Wet Pasta some love in the chat. Wet Pasta, man, listen, if you're not a subscriber, man, I challenge you, man, to become a subscriber, man. We live every Monday night, same time, same bad station, between 8 and 8:30. Usually when I go live. I'm going a little bit later of recent because of my job. But we live every Monday night, man. Listen, and by you chiming in right now, boom, Wet Pasta. You on the board. And listen, hey, Wet Pasta, if you got yourself a Twitch channel, we're currently broadcasting live on Twitch as well at Gaming Dad 1906. Hop on there. To say what's up, Gaming Dad on there, you get yourself another chance to win. Get yourself right into the chat, man. Listen, our channel, we understand that, hey, these times are going to be tough to be a Nintendo gamer. And we know the games is going to be crazy expensive. And I'm trying my best to ease in that light load as much as I can. Right now, good people, we at 23 likes, man, on YouTube. If you have not hit the like button yet, man, I would appreciate you. The channel would definitely love you. Wet Pasta in the building. Wet P, are you with me? Wet P. Oh, man. New Cap 7 in the building. Let me get you on the board, New Cap. Welcome back, my brother. New Cap 7 in the building. Got you on the board. Ty Robot says, number one concern for me right now is what is that free Pokemon Scarlet and Violet update going to mean? Like, will it run at 60 frames per second? Will it give me HD textures? I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm gonna think Ty Robot. Listen, I'm going out on a limb. I believe if they're gonna fix, it's gonna be the real fix that the game needed. That they just put that game out there and didn't give no kind of love and attention to it. I think this level upgrade is gonna bring everybody. It's gonna bring smiles to everybody's face. So I think I don't know how much updated textures it's gonna get, but the game is gonna run like it's supposed to. That's what I believe is gonna happen. COG says, what Stephen A gotta say now? And go Nintendo. Oh man, listen, I took some, you know what, speaking of Nintendo, man, the hotel I stayed at right downstairs was the Nintendo store. And so I took some pictures outside of it. Came out super, super dope. You couldn't see inside the building. You can only see, they got all the windows covered up, but it looked like a dope experience. It looked like something different than any other store you've probably imagined. It looks a little bit more classical because you could see like the upstairs part of it is just different. It's different. So definitely going back to San Francisco. Had a great time out there. Another poll question real quick is there anyone else has not secured a Nintendo Switch 2 that wanted to? Some of y'all might not have wanted to. And the only reason I say that because the rumor that I heard today, and I'm trying to think if I saw the story. I think I might have heard it on somebody's channel. And I've always believed that this is going to happen. Every store, the rumor today, I think I might have heard it on RGT85. Shout out to RGT85. I like his content. I like because he just kind of straightforward, he to the point. He a New Yorker, you know, his mindset is like most city guys' mindset. I'm from the city, so I get it how he stands. However, Peace Flutter, what's going on, man? I'm gonna get you on the board in a second. And you too, Sonic Knuckle, so I'll get you on the board in a hot second. But every store is supposed to get like additional units to sell to the public on launch day. So even though all the pre-orders might have sold out, you know, each store is supposed to get some additional units to be able to sell for those who just want to walk in and get one. So be on the lookout for that. If you have not got a Switch, you know, that you know, I know right now that could be nerve-wracking, especially if you really wanted one and didn't get one. But you still might have an opportunity and a chance to make that happen. So just be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Let me. If Gaming Dad wins tonight, so let's go back to the wheel real quick. Let me get everybody on the board. Let me type these couple entries in real quick. I got a couple new ones that popped up. Wet Pasta, my guy, man, said I've been subbed since you had to switch light. Man, good. Shout out to Wet. Man, show Wet Pasta some love. Matter of fact, I tell you this much. If I win tonight, I'm giving my winners to Wet Pasta. So Wet Pasta off the rip got 3 spots. If Gave Me That wins, Wet Pasta, you get it. Wet Pasta Twitch. It's my face. Wet Pasta 99. Same guy. No, it's 89. Man, 89 was a good year, man. My Detroit Pistons won the championship that year. Peace Flutter. Let me get you on the board. All right. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Okay, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails. Got you. You on the board. All right, right now we currently, let's see how many people got on the board. 38 people on the wheels are still tonight. 2 eShot cards tonight. CMG says, I am happy right now. 1 when it counted. Shout out to the New York Knicks, the Knickerbockers. If you notice, man, on screen, CMG has the star by his name. You can become a member of the channel for just $1.99. And by you becoming a winner tonight, gives you an extra chance tonight to win the $10 eShot card. We're giving out 2 tonight, thanks to the super chats we got tonight from Bather 24/7. If you want to be a supporter of the channel, man, the super chat will get you another chance to win as well. So feel free, man, to support the channel. Listen, once again, everything that I pretty much earned, I give it right back to the channel. Because, it takes, think about it. If it's 52 weeks in a year, if we go 52 weeks, and that's still $520 that goes right back to the channel, and we haven't missed a giveaway yet. So and we've been going strong for I think about 3 or 4 years now. So good. Wet Pasta says I got mine through Best Buy. Man, listen, I'm gonna talk about Best Buy. They sold me out. So I get to do that midnight pickup, 9 p.m. for me, but I'm super hyped. Yeah, listen, I stood out. I streamed on this. I streamed for a long time on that night. I did at GameStop. I tried to pick up an extra Switch for my son from Best Buy, but man, we had such a terrible time. But I ended up getting one from. I was able to get one from what do you call that place? Walmart. But that's gonna be my son, so he's not gonna get his at midnight. I'm getting mine at midnight, but he wanted to wait till the next day. I know that's my son. They was like, you should let your son. No. I stood outside all night. No, I gets mine that night. He'll get his in the mail the next day. He'll be all right. He'll be thankful to get one. We want the sheep. All right, let me get over here real quick. Go back to this board over here. Suicide Saved by Grace said, we want the sheep. I got you. Cherry Man Gaming in the building. So I'm hoping on Thursday I can get picked on by the Nintendo website. That is this week. That is this week. So get a bunch of big things happening. I forgot about that. Thanks, CMG. CMG says, right, that's right. If you're on the Nintendo's, if you get selected by Nintendo to be a part of their lottery, it's going to happen this week on Thursday. So I think, is that Thursday? Yeah, it is Thursday. Yep, the 8th. So we should know some more stuff about that. So big day on May 8th. Let's see if those who won the lottery get the opportunity to be able to get one straight from Nintendo. But, I hope Nintendo guarantees that, they deliver on that day. That's what I'm saying. Miss Ellen, what'd you say that means? That means what, Miss Ellen? I forgot what she said. What that mean? Okay, so I'm thinking you talking about the sheep. Listen, did I put the wrong? I'll get to you in a second, Supersonic Knuckles. But I do like when I during my giveaway, I have a section on there where the sheep will say bye to you, and so people like the sheep. Like, what does the sheep say? And then if you get picked, they be like, bye. Web Pod says, I'm gonna do that too. Laugh out loud. I'll just sell it if I get. Oh, friend. Listen. So I said the same thing. If I get an extra one, but as long as I get one, I pray. Listen, I pray that I get one and it don't be broken. That would suck. Wouldn't that suck? They get your system and then you get a defective system and then they don't have anyone more to sell you and then you gotta wait. Ooh, wait, talking about fire. Let me go back. Let me see. Can I pull that up right now? I can't. I can't. I don't think I can change the channel. I forgot to put the right. Hold on 1 second. You're right. I forgot to put the number. It is episode 237. All right. Good conversation, good people. Let's see. I got a couple really quick ones. He says Nintendo Switch 2 supports up to 8 controllers at the same time. So I mean, you can have 8 Joy-Cons, but listen, look at the math on that. Okay, well, listen, you count one out because one gonna come with the system. But I mean, that's like with tax, that's an extra $300 to have 8. If you got a big family to buy extra Joy-Cons, that's gonna be a grip. You better bring your own. This is where them Switch 1 Joy-Cons is gonna come into play. Because if they want to play, they're gonna have to play with the old Switch 1 joysticks. Because I'm not buying any new Joy-Cons unless I absolutely have to. Maybe like that next following Christmas, I might, jump in and say, all right, But besides that, no. Oh, making my son wait a day. Okay, so we're going to pick out June 4th at midnight. He's going to have to wait till the mail comes in because Walmart is going to mail his to the house, so he'll get it that next day. I mean, that June the 5th, rather. He'll get it early that morning. How about that? And I'll be getting mine at midnight. Like tick tock boom. We're gonna be in the city, like in the store, and he's gonna have to sit there and wait for tomorrow morning. But he'll get one though. This won't be right then. Ricardo in the building. He said, making your son wait a day. I'm not gonna make him wait. He just said, he didn't buy it. His daddy had to buy it. I had to give him his birthday gift early. And that's an expensive birthday gift, you know that? So he gonna wait. If he wanted his a day one, he should have got a job. Better yet, listen, I employ my kids. I give them jobs to work. And I told him, I said, hey, buddy, you probably should save your money. So my youngest son, Joshua, he was like, no problem, Daddy. And he saved his money and bought his own Switch. Shout out to Josh. Man, where is Shout out to Joshua. My son Joshua, he's my baby. He saved all his money, bought his own Switch himself. No, not Joseph. Not Joseph, the college student. He wanted all his money right then to buy stupid stuff. I said, all right, you gonna mess around, mess her out. And so he messed around. Now he gonna mess out. Let's see. Ricardo, let me get you on the board, man, because your boy gave me that. We'll forget. Come on now. What I say? Don't do that to me. Make sure I remit. Ricardo's in the building. Got you, Ricardo. Let's see. Ty Robo said, did you get your pre-order in on the Switch 2? Yeah, listen, I streamed all night. I got my pre-order at GameStop. It's all paid. I paid it off that day. I was like, listen, just take all my money. I don't think about it right now. So right now, I am just paying off my games. Like I went in today and paid $20. That's how I do. I nickel and dime it. I paid $20 a day on Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk paid off. Now I'll work on the next game because I want to be able to walk in there and say, I don't really got nothing. Just give me my stuff. Just give me. See my finger? Just give me. Wet Pasta says, ain't nobody buying 8 Joy-Cons. Right. Not these Joy-Cons. No, no, no. $95. I saw that price. I said, what the? Cause think about it, before the tariffs, they was like still $85. Was like, oh. Like, I don't know. But they cracked it up to $95. I thought, oh no, this I know for sure now. Now I did pre-order me a game a pro controller. Had to. That's how I like to play. Right, that's $300 after taxes, Wet P. I can't call you Wet P. Wet Pasta, I don't think the Wet Pasta. Wet P sounds dirty. KP, oh, KP still hanging around. Oh, KP said, my daughter graduated from college this weekend. Shout out to her. Y'all show KP's daughter some love. KP, don't you feel like the best mom ever when your child goes off to school and graduates? It's like, oh, it's like, man, it's like you did something right. Like, oh, I did something right. Good job. You know, listen. So now, listen, I got 3 next year. I will have 3 children in college. 3. Yikes. But shout out to your daughter. Show her some love in the cat. Just call me Pasta, my guy. Pasta it is. Pasta it is. Wet. Pasta. I'm going to go the pasta. Pasta, that's what we'll stick with pasta. Ty Robot says the Nintendo Pro Controller is the best feeling controller in the console game. Ty Robot, did you go to the experience? That's what I want. If you went to the experience, my brother, we got some questions to ask you. But yeah, all right. Enough of this story here. I'm gonna get to another story. Bunch of quick hitters today. I thought this was funny. Let's see how much. Let's see how much they scalping this for. It's all in Chinese. Okay, so it says as reported earlier, the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller and micro SD express cards were the first accessories to sell out across Japan retailers on the day Switch 2 pre-orders started. Now it seems that scalpers have jumped into the fray and are reselling the Switch 2 Pro controller for 19,000 yen, which is $131. Make you want to listen. I can say that I don't curse no more, but every now and then I be having that urge. This is one of my urges. I'd be like, if my mama was alive, she would, my mama had a cigarette in her mouth. She'd be like, Ed. Oh man, she would say that smoking her cigarette. I ain't paying that kind of money. It says, matter of fact, to $25,000 yen. So that means they're going anywhere from $131 to $174 for a controller. That's like almost a half. That's like almost half the Switch. Yikes! More than double the $999. Yeah, that's crazy. These scalpers, they bold this year, but listen, I hope it all backfires on them. Ty Robot says, I wish I'm biased that off how the current Pro controller feels. Oh, he's like, well, okay, good. So, haha, sounds like how my grandmother would be smoking that cigarette. Yeah, man, those are the days, man. You know, listen, I just think about like as a kid, I just remember being like, 5 or 6 years old and being told to walk to the store and buy your mama a pack of Virginia Slims. But you're like 6 years old. You 6 years old and you have to walk to the store and they will sell it to you. No problem. Can't do that now. Somebody going to jail. All right, let's go back to, let's see, what's the next story? 10 GameCube game titles are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. I would tell you, even the ones they showed, I don't even want to talk about the ones they showed here. I kind of want to talk about the ones I really want to come. Like Beautiful Joe, I really want that game to come. That game and Star Wars Rogue Squadron, man, those were the games. Possibly got a serious question. So what was the first game you are playing when you get the Switch 2 in your hands? Okay, let me answer that one first. Whew. First game I'm probably going to I tell you, listen, it won't be Mario Kart. I don't want it to be Mario Kart. So it's going to be one or two. It's probably going to be Street Fighter. It's probably Street Fighter or Cyberpunk. But I probably want Street Fighter because I want something to be able to quick get into it and then get off of it. Because I want to go to the next game. So it's probably going to be Street Fighter. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Street Fighter because I know Cyberpunk. I'm gonna get sucked in, and I want to play more of it. But I'm probably more excited to see the performance of a lot of these games. So I'm gonna be, but it'll probably be if I had to put my top three. It's gonna be Street Fighter first, Cyberpunk second, Zelda, and this update's third. That's gonna be the marching order. All right, let me go back to what was the second question. He says, and you can't you can't say Mario Kart. So I didn't want it to be Mario Kart. It says that all I got was the system, trying to figure out what game to get first. Ooh. Man. If you just got the system and you didn't want to get Mario Kart, what would give you the most value? That's a hard question because I like fighting games probably more than I like a game like Cyberpunk. But I want Cyberpunk because I was always intrigued by it. And then I want to see how well it runs. It's more or less of a curiosity thing when it comes to Cyberpunk. And then plus I want to support games, I want to support companies that put the whole game on a cartridge. But I'm a Street Fighter guy. I love Street Fighter. I'm a Chun-Li guy. Beat your brain. Kick you out this world with Chun-Li. So yeah, it's probably gonna be Street Fighter. That's probably the first one I go ahead and download to get in there. That's a good question though. That's a good question. What game are you leaning to buy? Then I got some games like, you know what, like I have it's so much with the system that I want to be able to get into. But the bad part about it, I'm not gonna be able to get into it like I want to because like I got really like one day. Because this is how my early June is gonna be. I'm gonna pick the game up that night. I'm coming to Korea. I'm gonna start playing around, messing around with it. The next day, I have to leave that evening, so I'll get to play all day into that evening, and then I have to. If I don't have to work, I don't think I do. But I have to get in my car, and then I got to drive 10 hours because my son is graduating. So I got to drive to his graduation, and then drive back. So I might not drive. I might fly. If I get a cheap flight, I might be flying. Because have you ever driven more than 10 hours, you know it's taxing on the body. And to drive 10 hours, go to a graduation, and then drive 10 hours back is really taxing on the body. So if I can get me a cheap flight, I think I might fly. But that's going to be my day. But during that time, though, you know, I got to get in. See, flying might be better because I can play as I fly. Yeah, think about that one. Pasta says, I'm just really want to switch to for Pokemon ZA mainly. Okay, listen. So I'm assuming, Pasta, you are a Pokemon guy. I buy Pokemon, but you know, I only play them for a hot second, and then you know, I get diverted. Dion says buying cigarettes with a note from your mom. Listen, not even a note, man. I listen. I didn't get the note. They was like, go up there, and they were like, hey, my mama. I said, my mama said she needs some Virginia Slim 100s, and they was showing out. Put it in a little bag, tie it up, and then like, give me a couple of them candy cigarettes. Oh man, CMG says Cyberpunk 2077 is in my hands. That's a good question for everybody else. Like, what's your, like geeky? If you listen, and her geeky mom, Miss Ellen, when you get your Switch in your hand, what's the first game you gonna play? Are you going back to your archives first, or are you saying I'm playing something new? What are you playing first? I tell you, listen, this is a better question. What is your first non-Switch 2 game you're putting in your system? I can tell you mine's off the rip. It's gonna be Age of Calamity. I gotta see that. Does this system help that game in any form or fashion? I gotta see it. I gotta know. It's Age of Calamity, and then right after Age of Calamity is ARMS, because ARMS is supposed to get a free update. ARMS is one of those 8 games that's gonna get a free update. I gotta see if ARMS is even worth the investment. Miss Ellis, listen, I'm gonna go down to her comment. I'm gonna come back up. She says, I am making a new island for Animal Crossing and playing Dreamlight Valley. Now, Dreamlight Valley might play a lot better. Because I heard it was trash on the Switch. Gigi says, I'm going to play Mario Kart World and then probably Stardew Valley. Listen, let me ask you a question, Gigi. Are you starting over on Stardew Valley? That's the question. Pasta said, yo, I'm an Animal Crossing vet. My island goes crazy. Listen, my brother Pasta, you are at the right channel. Now, my girl Geeky and her mama, that's how they get down. We clown her. We clown Geeky. Well, listen, I don't clown Geeky. We got another guy on the channel, Gorilla Tactics. He clowns Geeky because, every time a direct comes up and they have a bunch of farming sims, we all think like, oh, Geeky was loving this here. This is the Geeky show. But oh yeah, man, listen, you are in good company. You are in good company. All right, good people. Listen, I'm trying to think. Going back to, I asked a couple questions. Is there any other GameCube game that you feel like, man, I would love to see come out? And to me, I'll take it for Beautiful Joe, man, was such a good game. I love that game. Rogue Squadron will be another one. If they ever get the kahunas to drop Melee, to me, this is when you do it. You do it early where there's no smash. And notice, right? Have y'all noticed in that list of games? Speed Ryan, what's going on with you, man? Happy Monday to you too. Have y'all noticed in that list of games, the games that Nintendo listed to get automatic upgrades, that Smash Brothers was not there? Notice it's been no whisper of nothing dealing with Smash. Not even an update or nothing. Why is that? Something to think about. Because to me, even in these, and if you look at these NSO, let's see if I can't even stretch it out. I'm not gonna worry about it. But even in the games they've shown, listen, Melee would have made the most sense. If they're to put Melee in that initial NSO collaboration, or the games is coming, but it would have took off. Because I saw a video, to matter of fact, I might even have a story. I saw a video today of what is that called? Mario Strikers, the GameCube version of Mario Strikers, to come, and it looked real good. I thought, okay, I'm gonna play that for sure. But you know what? Another game I would love to come to the NSO via the GameCube, and I said it last week. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying it until it comes to fruition. NFL Streets is, oh my goodness. Me and my son used to have so much fun playing that on the Wii. Because, the Wii had the game, you could play GameCube games, so you could play them both. Oh, man, that's still our jam. We can still play that game right now and get it in, have such a good time. Speed Ryan, let me get you on the board real quick. Speed Ryan, man, don't forget, man, hit the like button for your boy. I appreciate you. And tonight, Speed Ryan, we are giving out 2, not 1, but 2 eShop cards, courtesy of Bazit 24/7. Listen, y'all should go follow Bazit 24/7 YT. He is on YouTube, and he got a gaming channel, and it is quite interesting. Speed, I put Speed Monday. You see, I'm slow. No, I'm not. I'm not slow. I'm just tired. I'm still operating on West Coast time. Speed Ryan 10 in the building for the win. Dang, that still messed it up. Speed Ryan. All right. Gotcha. Speed Ryan's on the board. All right, let's see. Nintendo Switch 2 official launch has been delayed in Argentina. I wonder why, though. It seems like that Argentina has been added to the list of countries in the Americas where the Nintendo Switch 2 would not be officially launched and supported at. Based on information at this junction, Argentina would not receive the Switch 2 in 2025, but it may still get it later in the future. That's crazy. Several other markets in Central America and the Caribbean have also been affected by Nintendo's decision due to the lack of Nintendo eShop. Oh, that's right. That's right. Some of these countries don't have that Nintendo eShop. And low sale potential. That's jacked up. I'm so glad they moved to the Caribbean. So you can find a full list of markets affected by this here. I'm going to open that up in a second. It says currently the only markets that are officially getting a Nintendo Switch 2 in the Americas on June 5th are the United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Peru. That is crazy. Crazy. CMG says, how was the weather in San Francisco? It was nice, man. It was like in the 60s most days. I think when we left on Monday, it was supposed to be like 80 degrees. But it was sunny every day I was there. It was windy. They had a wind advisory. So every day it was like super windy. So it would be straight throughout the day. But at night, boy, you thought you was up north in New York. It would suck to be a Nintendo fan in the Caribbean. Crazy. Let's see what other markets are affected. Let's see if they got a list. All right. Don't miss the news. Okay, not right now. I like Nintendo soup. I got you. All right. So the following markets have been affected by this decision: Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, what? Costa Rica, Panama, yikes, Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico. Oh, I got a frat brother that lives in Puerto Rico. He gonna be salty. He want to come to the Americas. The Bahamas. Yeah, the Dominican. Well, listen, boy, a lot of those island states does not getting the Switch. That's jacked up. I hate that for them. But what do you do? Pasta says NFL Street was fire, but Blitz was always be peak. Ooh. I like them both, man. But you know what? But Blitz, how can I say it? Blitz was funner to play by yourself. But with friends, Street all day. Street was the better multiplayer game. Blitz was like, hey, if you didn't have nobody else but you against the computer, Blitz was funner. But I tell you, listen, but NFL Streets with some friends, like if you got 4 people, oh, but you talking about good times. These are the good times. K1 says, I need Double Dash for GameCube, but I am still waiting for Smash 64 and Melee. Listen, I always wonder why they did not release those games. Because I think they know if Melee comes, they know it's gonna creep. That community is too tough. And if they did, it's gonna creep into any Smash stuff they got going on. Don't get me wrong, I love Smash. Smash with friends is so fun. I think Smash with 4 or 6 is like the 6 is like the sweet spot. You get 6 people playing, that's the sweet. But when you got 8, it's so chaotic. It's just like it's more funny than fun. I don't think you listen. It's more funny to watch people get mad and lose because sometimes you can't control it. But I think competitively though, 6 is like where is that? That's the sweet spot. 8 is just like, oh man, too many. All right, let me see him go back. Pasta says, yo. Oh, no, that's it. Right, that comment already. Read that one there. Read that one there. All right, we good. We good. Caught up on the comments. We caught up. All right, good people. Listen, so let me see if I can go back here. Boom. All right, let's see. Devolvo Digital. It recommits to releasing a game on the same day as GTA 6 after the delay. I don't know what they're trying to do. Devolver Digital says, you can't escape us. May 26th, 2026. It is there. Devolver Digital is going to release a game the exact same day and time as GTA 6. Listen, I don't know what you guys, man. If you follow Devolver Digital, man, listen, I love their brass. They just so unorthodox, weird, but cocky at the same time. It's a Grand Theft Auto 6 has officially been delayed out of 2025, with Rockstar Games announcing the upcoming and highly anticipated game will be released on May 26, 2026. Devolver Digital, which back in March declared that they will release a game on the same day as GTA 6, no matter the release date, has recommitted to the bit through, though we still don't know what game that will be of if this is all one big joke. Okay. Oh, you got that. As after Rockstar announcement delay, Devolver Digital posted on X account acknowledging both the delay and dedication to directly competing with Rockstar on launch day. Listen, first of all, man, this is great marketing. Shout out to Devolver. This is so smart and intelligent because people are going to want, and people are impulsive enough to support a game even though it's trash because it's linked to probably the best game of all not say best game, but probably the most popular game of all time that's coming out. Because everybody and mama gonna own GTA 6. You know, yeah, I will buy it. I don't know how much I'll play it. If it comes to the Switch 2. If it don't come to the Switch 2, I mean, I didn't buy 5. I bought 4, but I ended up taking it back because I was just like, it just only so much killing and sex having you can have in the game. It's lost. They lost me on that one. But shout out to Devolver Digital. I would love to see what they got planned and what they got cooking. I hope the game is good enough to spend your money on. Did anybody update their Switch? I have not yet. So in case you missed it, Nintendo has rolled out a new update. And no, we're not talking about the big 2.0.0 update that is completely new patches officially bumped the frame rate. Bumping the firmware up to the 2.20.0.1. As mentioned, that this resolves the error code, blah, 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 which Nintendo was already investigating after multiple players reported it. It seems this issue was popping up when users installed the previous updated and then restarted the system. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. But either way, you know what? The last big update, Nintendo allows you to be able to, it kind of gets your system prepared for the next Nintendo's for Nintendo Switch 2 to be able to coincide and live together. So it's one of them things like, okay, but I'll do it eventually. K1 says, I agree. I love street games, NFL and NBA. Also love classics like SSX and NBA Jam. Man, listen. The first NBA Jam to come to the Super Nintendo was like probably my favorite. I think it was the most well balanced, super highly competitive. Man, as a college student, we played competitively all the time. That was like, cats would thought I was funny because I would pick the Pistons every time. Because I'm a Detroit guy, I picked the Pistons. But I picked the Pistons because I had Bill Laimbeer and I had Isaiah Thomas. And then my third, when I would switch, I would be Joe Dumars. And I would just shoot threes. I wouldn't even dunk. I wasn't even trying to dunk on you. I was going to shoot your lights out. I'm getting you off the game. I was trying to win. Everybody else was trying to do all the super dunks. No, I didn't care nothing about that. I would dunk every now and then with Bill Laimbeer, but then Bill Laimbeer would shoot your lights out. Leave me open if you want to. The ball's going down your throat. But yeah, NBA Jam, man. What good times as gamers, man. Good times, man. Pasta said, NBA Jam, man, that's my childhood. Yeah, Jam. Well, listen, NBA Jam. Did I skip school for NBA Jam? As you know, I skipped quite a few school days for certain games. I skipped school for Snoop Dogg's album. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I was catching the bus to school, and I was like, nope, I'm going right to the mall. God, no, they open up. And then I picked up my copy of Snoop Dogg Doggy Style, got right back on the bus, and went to school late. It's like, I'm sorry, that's what it is. Yeah. So but NBA Jam was one of them games. NBA Jam and Street Fighter for the Super Nintendo. I skipped school. I'm sorry. I skipped school the whole day. My dad didn't even know for Street Fighter came out because I went home and was like, oh, I'm about to just get it in. He don't know I'm here. There was no ring doorbells back in those days. And I was getting it in like, yep. I gotta master this up down helicopter kick from Chun-Li. Oh, and once I got it down, buddy. Woo. Mortal Kombat 2, another game that was so competitive as a college student. They don't make games like that no more. Because then I like Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 1 was, but Mortal Kombat 11, I really like Mortal Kombat 11. But Mortal Kombat 2, buddy. You talking about people just put their money up. Like I'm putting people heard how I was on Mortal Kombat 2. And then you know what? They try to snoop. They try to the sneaky. They say, all right, well, come play it on the Genesis. You can't play it on the Genesis. I was like, oh, okay. I go over to Genesis, still give them that work. I said, oh, buddy, listen, the concept's the same, buddy. I got one less button, but it's still the same. Scorpion, get over here. Finish him. And then do the move. Then finish him off, drop the controller, and pick my money up and go. Boy, I tell you, boy, college was good to me. He's K1 says, really, Snoop Dogg's album? Listen, Doggy Style, buddy. Doggy Style was that jam. Oh, jam. You know what? Because you know what? I end up, I didn't get Dr. Dre's album, The Chronic, at launch. I kind of waited, man, for some months. People, I listen to rumbling. People like, man, you gotta get that Chronic. And I was dating this young lady, and we was at the mall in Detroit, and I saw it was on sale. I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick this up. You talking about me and her was in that car like, oh, yeah. Then here comes Snoop. Bazza 24/7 says Sega Mega Drive was where you played Mortal Kombat. You needed the blood. That was people's complaints too. They're like, I don't want to play it on Super Nintendo, man. I don't want no green stuff. I want the blood. I was like, man, what you need the blood for? It's still to me, you're still gonna lose either way. Either way, you was taking an L. Batman X, buddy, don't mess around. Don't let me jump through the ceiling and pop up. Get over here. I had a deadly combo. Good times, man. Good times. All right, let's see. Rumor: Ubisoft might already be teasing more Switch 2 games. They need to. Like, oh, well, to me, like once again, like, hey, I am Ubisoft. You should have had an Assassin's Creed game ready to go. Don't get me wrong, Star Wars was a good selection. Because you got a lot of Star Wars fans. That game might just get picked up because it's early. People want to see the performance. It's probably going to sell and do pretty well. I don't think it's going to be gangbusters, but I think it might do pretty well, especially if it runs well. If it runs well, I think it's going to do better than they're expecting. However, like the latest Assassin's Creed game should have been a staple. Think about it, if they would have led off with letting that be the first game, it would have sold. People would have been like, all right, I'm picking that up because that's a legit third party, a game that people would love to experience. And that should have been day one. But they I don't know what they were thinking for waiting. Bazza says, Ubisoft Rainbow Six Siege is a must. Yeah, listen, I agree. I think to me, if you are a third party shooter of any kind, you should be aiming your stuff right at the Switch. 60 frames per second, like to me, like if Warface was to come out right now, like listen, hey, we got our next version going to be on Switch day one. On Switch 2 day one. They should, because it's free to play. People would jump on that immediately because knowing COD not gonna be there. COD not gonna be there at launch. So you might as well, like to me, if I was Warface, I would have had that ready. I'd have been like, listen, and a lot of these companies, even though they don't have dev kits, they got an idea of the performance of the Switch 2. And then they can build their game to scale according to the direction of the Switch 2. They listen, all these companies do it. And so then when they get the dev kit, it's just an easy, I'm not saying easy, but the moving it over is a smoother transition. And then they can get things done a lot faster. To me, that's what I would. That's what I'm like. Listen, as soon as I get a dev kit, it's going out. So, it's one of the things I can't wait to see. Yeah, but you're right. Rainbow Six is gonna be a good little experience. K1 says, can you imagine if classic NBA Jam Street had today's online back? Listen, it would be crazy. I would never be in school. Listen, yes, you would. You know why? But every time you get a break, you was playing. I see it happening. One thing about the Nintendo Switch 2 that I really, really, really hopes gets some major improvements is its ability to connect to your cell phone's data. I hope I'm able to jump on my cell phone data, and if I'm in 5G in the 5G area, I'm able to play online with no issue. I'm really, really hoping that experience comes, because that to me, I mean that makes the Switch even better, even that much better than the other handheld PCs. Pasta said, "You think GTA 6 will be on the Switch too?" I think it has a really good chance. And to me, I take the litmus test of, Cyberpunk. To me, will give you a good idea, because if GTA made a decision to wait a whole year, and I think they already knew they were going to wait a whole year, but I think that a part of the marketing is to get people to see how hyped people was for this game to come and see what kind of competition they have. So right now they waited a year, which I think was good for the industry. They gave everybody else an opportunity to want to shine beforehand, get your shine on. But understand this behemoth is coming May 26th, so your game either better launch beforehand or after. It better launch beforehand. It better launch this year to give yourself about 6 months of playtime, because come everybody and mama gonna play that. So I believe if I am Rockstar, I've probably put about close to $1 billion in this game. I need to recoup that money, and I'm going to need to find somehow, some way to make this game run on the Switch, because it's going to be the most popular system for at least 2 years. All right, at least 2 years is going to be the most popular system. And I got to scale it down because for two reasons. Not just because of the Switch, but also because that rumbling of a PS6/5 handheld coming. I got a better downscale because they are watching the markets over in Japan, and they can tell you that people over in Japan, they want themselves in handheld mode. And if PlayStation comes out with a handheld, it's going to be popular over there. It's going to people are going to have a Switch, and they're going to have that PS5 whatever handheld they come out with. They're going to have that handheld over the home system. So if they can find some way to scale those both down and sell, they're going to want to sell them to as many people as possible. So I want to say yes, it's a really good chance because I believe, and I'm putting this out there right now, that the Switch 2 by next May would have sold at least 25 million units. And I'm low ball. And to me, that's a low ball, but I'm going to say at least 25 million units will have been sold between now and next May. Because they're gonna sell if they got 10 million units produced, they're gonna sell 10 million units on launch day. If they got them made. If they got them made into store shelf, it's going to sell. I think people underestimate how popular this system is and how long people have waited for an upgrade. It's not like this is 6 years into the Switch. Think about it. I mean, this 8 years plus. This has never happened in a console era. They have to wait that long for that next iteration, and to have that iteration here. And for what we see with our eyes, what they've shown, that it looks like a legit upgrade. People are going to pay the price and pick up that upgrade. So, yes, I think it's a real good chance that GTA 6 makes its way. Is one of them, financially, it's worth the investment. If they invested this much already into the console version, and they know that the consoles, like I would love to hear PlayStation sales. They're not selling like it was before. It's going to slow down a little bit after this Switch comes out. You want to be on as many platforms as possible because you're trying to make the money. If I'm correct, the game is coming to Series S. So if it's coming to Series S, it's going to make its way to Switch. Especially with DLSS, it's going to make its way to Switch. Good question, though. I mean, I'm with that. What about it? Yeah, 16. Okay, I got you. All right. So back to Ubisoft. Listen, man. Once again, man, I think they're I don't know their strategic plan on how they're trying to get these games out there, but I like the fact that Assassin's Creed Shadow, if they smart, this game comes this year, and you know what? To me, at this stage in the game, if I'm putting something on Nintendo, I'm trying to gauge where is Metroid coming, because we know Mario Kart is going to sell regardless. We're not really worried about Mario Kart. But we don't want to be in competition with any game that might be similar. And so, to me, if I'm Ubisoft, I'm looking at where is Metroid dropping, and then I want to kind of position myself in as far away as I can. But I gotta be earlier, much earlier than GTA 6, because GTA 6 is gonna take everybody's soul away, unless you're a Nintendo first party. Unless for me, unless you're Madden, I'm gonna be playing Madden no matter what drops. That's gonna be so good, man, so good. Especially if I can mess around and get 2 to 3 games off of one battery. I need 3 solid games off of one battery. Then I'm good. Also, another feature that I want to come to the Nintendo Switch 2 that is currently like on the Steam Deck and is also on Xbox is that if I cut the game off, wherever I cut the game off at, and when I cut it back on, it's going to start right where I left off at. I need that function because there's going to be times where I'm going to have to play. I know for sure I'm going to be in the classroom and I'm gonna get things going, or I'm gonna wait for kids for the bus or whatever. And I just want to get a couple plays in. I just want to get a set of 4 downs in. I want to get set up. I want to play a season and be at a nickel and dime that season. That's what I want, man. That is what I want. That is what I want. I want it to be to a point where if I got a game, if I stop that game right there and switch and go to another game, I come back to that game and I can start off where exactly I left off at. That is what I really want. And I don't know if the Switch 2 is going to do that, but that's something I'm praying that, you know what, they drop in on us kind of smooth, and we'll be about that life. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so we got enough of that. What was the other game? They say. Maybe I got to read some more to start. Hold on a second. I forgot the other game. They said. Assassin's Creed Shadows was rated for PEGI for the Nintendo Switch 2 already. But what about the Ubisoft Brazil basically confirmed Rainbow Six Siege and Assassin's Creed Mirage as also coming to the Switch 2, which is smart. But to me, you don't put Mirage too close to Shadows. So to me, if you're gonna release Mirage, then you do it early, and you have your Shadows be the holiday game. Because I would pick that. I'm gonna pick Shadows up for sure. I tell you right now, if it runs good, and I think one thing that all of us we haven't really even touched base on yet is looking at the fact that I want to know what some of these reviewers are going to say about certain of these games. And that's a good question. Can a reviewer's score change your perception of a game? What if they reviewed Cyberpunk and Cyberpunk gets a 5 out of 10 because they say, hey, it had performance issues? That would concern me. You know what? That would really probably bother me about me picking that up. It's something that, I'm asking you guys, could a reviewer's opinion on the performance of the game sway you from purchasing because the games are so expensive? Ooh, you listen, Bazit 24/7. You are, man, a Watchdog collection needs to come to Switch 2. Once again, like if you're looking at Ubisoft, you're like, man, you are right. 2 things Ubisoft need to do. Ubisoft, if you're listening, man, listen to your boy. If you really want to make some money, one, hey, you'll take this advice. You definitely do a Watchdog collection. You make it around $50, it'll sell. Don't make it $70. Don't make any of your games $70. Just stick to the 50, leave it at 50. It's going to sell because of the content. Second thing that you would do, whatever that original Rain Man team that made those last 2 glorious Rain Man games, you get them back together and you start working on our new Rain Man game, because those games were popular and good because they were on the Switch and they could play multiplayer. Well, you know what? They was on the Wii. But you know what? Those games will translate just fine and dandy on the Switch too, and they would sell because the games were great platformers. You need that in your life. Don't get me wrong. Assassin's Creed Shadows is good. Star Wars, it's good IPs. Don't get me wrong. But you need things that's not going to cost you nothing and you already own the rights to. So a new Rain Man game, not 3D, you need a 2D Rain Man game, will absolutely sell like bunkers and will be a phenomenal pickup, especially if they play anything like the last 2. If you're trying to make some money. All I'm saying. A Watchdog collection would be phenomenal. You need to make that happen. You tend to forget about Watch Dogs. You know what's another one? What is it? Sam Fisher. That game is on top of my tongue. Help me out, y'all. The game with Sam Fisher. What is that game called? I can't think of it. Golly. The spy game. However, that game, listen again, once again, you can do a collection, a remaster of any one of those games. It will sell. People will pick that game up if it's done right. K1 says, Gamey Dad, do you feel Xbox is kind of getting ahead of the games right now being multi-platform? Games are more expensive than ever, and getting that return is important. What do you think Nintendo? Will Nintendo go PC? Let me ask you a second question before the first one. The second question is no. Nintendo would never go to PC. Let me tell you why. Look at PlayStation. Did PlayStation make money putting God of War on PC? Absolutely. But did they hurt their brand? Absolutely. They are slowly turning into a third-party company as well as Xbox. Nintendo will never go that direction because they understand their power is in their IP. People buy Nintendo systems because of Nintendo. If, like, let's say for instance, if Nintendo was just like everybody else, no matter all the other games you can get everywhere else, people wouldn't care. It would be no different than a gaming PC. But however, the mere fact that I can play Mario and you can't play Mario nowhere else unless you emulate it or you bootleg it, that's why people buy Nintendo products, because of their games. So Nintendo will never go to PC. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Their IPs are too important on their system. Splinter Cell, that's it right there. They can do a Splinter Cell collection and do a remaster. They can remaster the first one, and that bad boy would absolutely sell like gangbusters. All right, so to answer the first part of your question, K1, is Xbox is ahead of the game for this reason. As a third-party publisher, is absolutely because of Game Pass and what Game Pass offers. Now, they get Game Pass just about everywhere now. Well, not just about everywhere. You don't have it on PlayStation or Nintendo, but now they're coming to TVs. Now they're on handheld PCs, other PCs. You can get that everywhere. You got Game Pass PC. So I think financially they are in a better position than PlayStation. I believe PlayStation for the first time is at the bottom, even though PlayStation 6 is still selling. PlayStation 5 Pro is not selling probably like they think it wanted to, but people are still picking up PS5s. People still, like, kids still want these PS5s until they start seeing games look just as good on the Switch. And once they see Madden and COD look real good in portable mode, I'm telling you, that's what it's going to hit PlayStation. That's why they need a handheld, because not only are they in competition with each other, they're in competition with cell phones. These kids are like, like I'm a teacher and I coach middle school, but I teach high school, but I even look at the high school kids. They always playing games on their mobile. A lot of these middle school kids are playing more on Switch. I see a lot more Switch lights, but I still see a lot more phone games because they playing 2K, they playing Roblox, they're doing a lot of that. So, it will be interesting to see also if the Switch 2 gets a version of Roblox. I think that helps them. I think that's one of the things I think like Nintendo should really solidify and make that happen. But I don't know how do they do that. I don't know how they control that. But Roblox on the Switch 2 system would do phenomenal because my son, that's what he plays on his Xbox is Roblox. This is K1 says yes. It also worries me when companies send their games like a day one before release date to review. I'm seeing reviews just in case a game is broken. Cyberpunk, for example, PS4 did not work. Yeah, exactly. So that's the only thing that kind of like I'm super excited. I think everybody's super excited about what is being presented to us from Nintendo. I think the question is going to be like, now how do these games review? How do they perform? Those days, like that last week of May leading up to the launch, is going to be very interesting because hopefully some of these companies are getting review copies of these games. They can go through them and then see that, if this game is any good, I need to invest into it. But if not, then I need to know. Geeky says, yeah, Roblox on Switch would be huge, but I hear Roblox is problematic with the charge in some of the games. Nintendo is strict about child safety. Yeah. So you know they're gonna, and this is the part that worries me about Roblox rather, because they do got some games like that pushes the limit. But if Nintendo, if you're gonna put GTA 3 or it's some games is on the Switch, it's like oh man, if you're gonna put these games on there, man, listen, having Roblox on there should have some form of parental guard on there. So to me, if I'm Roblox, I'm trying to negotiate that deal because it's going to enhance their user base, but they got to be willing to come to the table with, listen, hey, we need some warnings on some of these games and attach it to their to the Nintendo's parent control, so them games can't be played unless the parents say so. So I think if they can do that, then it's a win-win. It would be humongous because I know a lot of kids, they do play Roblox, a lot of them. I've watched them play it on the bus. Suicide Saved by Grace said, "Can I share a devotional today? Caution long. I don't want to do a long devotion because that's scripture today is one thing. I like the scripture today because you just get to the meat of it. But a long devotion, that's just, you can share it. I just don't know how many people would read it. I mean, I might put it in my chat, but I don't want to. I don't want to be this channel to be about the devotion part of it because devotion can be a little bit long. So I mean, I wouldn't tell you that you couldn't share. I just don't know. I wouldn't read it because that's a lot to impose on people who come to see games. Prayer, yes. Devotion, I think people need to want to be in a mindset of receiving devotion. I like to give them the scripture because the scripture is powerful. I'm not saying the devotion is not by any stretch of imagination. But if it's too long, then people would make diversions. I sent it in your Discord. My guy. Now that I can read, and I will share. Matter of fact, feel free to share that on Discord as well. Like going to the general comments, you can share it there too. People that want to read it, they'll appreciate it. I think everybody needs to be making some form of devotion. Feel free to share on stream if you want. Absolutely. All right. Let's get off of this. I got any more stories to kind of go through. We talked earlier about Gears of War coming to Nintendo Switch. And so my next question would be, is that Xbox has their event the following Sunday after the launch of the Switch. Do we believe that Xbox would take time in that presentation to give a section strictly for Nintendo Switch 2? Or would we start to see Nintendo Switch logos just apply on certain games that they're already promoting to come out? So, because more than likely, yes, I would love for Xbox to have their event and show PlayStation video and show Nintendo Switch 2 video of the same game, so people can get an idea and understanding like what I'm preparing myself for. But I would to be honest. Listen, not only would I love to see Gears, I would love to see if they want to remaster Halo 1, have at it. Would I buy it? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would buy it. I'm really just curious. Or would Nintendo wait? Or will Xbox wait to the next Nintendo Direct? And would that Direct be later in June? I think Nintendo. I think they need to have another Direct. I would love for it to happen in June, because you got to prepare people for the next for June. Because they're going to have another Direct in September. They have to, because they have too many games that are going to need to be shown off and explained. Like, we still don't have release dates for Kirby. Not for Zelda doesn't have a release date. Metroid has a release date. You got big games that's coming. What's that other game? The basketball wheelchair game. I can. They don't have a release date. So you have so many games that need release dates, and then you got to find out, like, hey, you got to give an opportunity for some of these third parties to come out here and shine. So will that direct for Nintendo in June be a partners direct, which it probably should, because I bet you got a ton of partners that's willing to get it in. So K1 says, I think it will show on press blogs after the event that these are also coming to Switch 2. Yeah, I just hope they have the kahunas to say at their show. That's what I'm hoping. But I think you're probably more right than wrong, K1. I just think I'm hoping if Xbox is really about that life, be about that life. Gigi says, Wholesome Games Direct is June 7th. I'm hoping we get some Switch 2 game announcements. The bad part about Geeky, I don't think so. I think we might get a few, but I think they're going to be far in between, only because of the report that came out of that a lot of these, Nintendo has not released a lot of these, dev kits out to some of these companies. And so if Nintendo makes a decision, and I think the floodgates will open up after the release of the system. But it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know how some of these indie direct, because to me, I love indie games. I have tons of indie games. And I want to see what they do and how they take advantage of the Switch too. Because to me, like Plunky Squire, man, listen, I need to get back to that. But because I got pretty far in it, but then I stopped playing it. But another game, man, that's just like so beautiful. It's a beautiful game. But I didn't buy it on the Switch. I bought it on Steam. K1 says Sea of Thieves fits well for a Nintendo Switch. And also, I would like for them to collab on a new Banjo game. I think a new Banjo game would be like, to me, once again, it's a game that should have been there. It's like, to me, if I am Xbox and I was getting ready to launch the Series X, you launch it with a Banjo. You need that game for that kid to be like, "Ooh, mama, I want an Xbox." So yeah, I wish they would have that. Banjo to me was just too important. What's going on, Nathan? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. Let me get you on the board. We're giving out a free Nintendo eShop card. We're giving out 2 tonight. And by you saying cool, you are now entered in the chat. Uh-oh. We have 41 people on the wheel tonight. Pasta says, K1, that's facts. If Sea of Thieves was on the Switch, I would play it way more. I show Nathan some love in the chat. If I win tonight, I give my winnings over to Pasta. Geeky says, yeah, Farm Together Dev said that they don't have Switch 2 Dev kits yet. Is Cool Breezy in the chat? Did I miss Cool Breezy? Cool Breezy, your name, Nathan? That can't be Cool Breezy. Cool Breeze in the building. Oh, that's true. All right, good people. Let's see. Let me get back. See if any other stories we need to accomplish. Quick story, real quick. Even though this, I'm not like super duper excited, but depending on what his price is. It's it's the May the 4th. And what that means is Star Wars Day. So the Star Wars Grand Collection contains a total of 9 games for $140. Come on, man. Right now, it's available in select locations for half price. Okay, for $69.99. You get Jedi Knights Academy. It was okay. You get Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Okay. Star Wars Old Republic. Okay. Star Wars Knights Old Republic. Okay. You'll get a lot of play out of that. Star Wars Jedi Power Battle. I don't know about that. Star Wars Force Unleashed. Okay, that's probably that's why it's in the middle. It's probably the best one out of the series. Star Wars Racers. Maybe you'll play a little bit. Star Wars. Night. So I think that's called the Sixth Edition. Can I put that up? I can't blow it up. So yeah, I mean, to me, they're really old games. To have them all in one package, to pay $70 for them, I still say no. I still say okay, $50. I would say maybe, but at 70, I still can't recommend this whole collection. And I like Star Wars. I just don't foresee. It's only really to me 1-2 games, maybe it might be 4 of those games that I might go back and play. The Bounty Hunters, especially Star Wars Force Unleashed. I mean that was to me super good. Can't go wrong with that. And then Star Wars Knights of the Republic. But besides that, I mean, if Rogue Squadron was in this anywhere, it would have been a buy, even at $70. All right, let's see. We talked about game key cards. We talked about some delays. I think we talked about all the major stuff. But you know what? 1 month. 1 month. On June the 4th. Today is May the 5th, but on June the 4th, we'll be getting ready to go to at 9 o'clock. We should be at GameStop getting our stuff together and having a good old time, getting ourselves ready to pick our system up at 9 o'clock. It's gonna be interesting. People gonna be hyped out there. It's gonna be a good time. Will PlayStation follow Xbox price increase? We talked about the price increases for a little bit. But I would tell you this here. I do expect GTA 6 to cost more. If they figure out the tariff situation, I'm going to predict that GTA 6 be $80. If the tariff situation is still going on, I'm going to predict it be $100. And I think they probably have a special edition that's probably going to be like $130 or $150. Once again, it's like at $100, I'm not buying a game. Pasta said, "You on the East Coast?" Yep, I'm on the I'm in the South. I'm in Georgia, but I'm on the East Coast. My time zone is New York time zone. Oh, Geeky, absolute. Geeky asked a very valuable question. He said, "Are you doing a midnight release stream?" Absolutely. Absolutely. Live from GameStop in line. Have my stuff picked out. I'm be sitting there chopping it up. It should be a good experience. So yeah, absolutely. Because I'm hoping that guy that was doing all them squats, I hope he's there back in line doing squats again, so I get one video. Pasta says I am. So hey, you are Pasta. Do you do YouTube? Are you at your own YouTube channel? If you do, man, let us promote you, man. Listen, I want everybody. Oh no, she asked me was I'm streaming. Oh, I think everybody that ordered theirs, the opportunity to pick up at midnight is gonna pick theirs up. Dion says I'm going. Hold on, let me put this question on screen. So I'm going 1 hour early to GameStop on the 4th. Yeah, they open GameStop opens up at 9 o'clock, so you can go in at 9 o'clock as early. I think I'll probably get there around 9:30, 10. I might start my stream off at Five Guys, give me a little den, start my stream off there, and then migrate on over to GameStop. But yeah, I'm just trying to pay off everything right now, so this is why I can just go in there and just give me my receipt, so I can go and get my stuff and get out of there. Did anybody else get any other accessory? Like Geeky, did you get a controller or a camera? I did get the camera, and I did get a controller. He said my pre-order is with Walmart, so I gotta wait for delivery. So Geeky, listen, you can live it out through me. K1 says I'm on the West Coast. Where you at, K1? He said, "What part of the West Coast are you at?" I am on the West Coast, so I'll be able to pick mine up at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe get there early. Maybe. All right, bet that. Pastor says, so you're gonna pull up a couple hours early. Yeah. Yeah, they said they said you can come in at 9 o'clock, and get yourself together. So I'm gonna make it happen. K1 says I got a pro controller and an extra charger. No other accessories yet. All right. So I want to wait for something cuter. I know that's right. I know that's right. Quay through 11 says another reason I canceled my pre-order. I got a PED that day, so I wouldn't be able to line up or be a part of that. Dang. Nah, buddy, listen, you keep that pre-order, man. What part of California, man? Listen, man, I just got back from California this morning. I was in San Francisco for like the last 3 days. Matter of fact, my hotel was right above the new Nintendo store they're getting ready to open up in San Francisco. Dion, you in Cali too, man? Listen, my wife, y'all got to the stream late. My wife took me out to California, down to San Francisco, for just a weekend between us, because my birthday is this Thursday. I turned 50. So for my 50th birthday, she put me out there and showed me some things I have not experienced before, some things that was on my list. The Golden Gate Bridge was on my list of things to see. I experienced that. I'm a big Charlie Brown fan, so they got the Charlie Brown Museum in Santa Rosa, I believe. So we drove out to Santa Rosa, checked out the Charlie Brown Museum. So that was another thing that was on my list of things to get done. Inglewood in the building. Down. The 213. Listen, I drove through the Bay Area. Listen, I don't know the name of this mountain. It's a mountain behind the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know the name of the mountain, but I was able to drive up there. It was dope. It was dope. I mean, I like San Francisco. I mean, it's a lot of, we've seen a lot of drug use in San Francisco, buddy. A lot. I was like, God almighty. He said, I live in Santa Clara next to the 49ers Stadium. Listen, that is so dope, man. Yeah, man, I was out there, man, for the whole, have you ever been you ever been to Union Square in San Francisco? I stayed right in Union Square. Matter of fact, my flight got back this morning around 7:30 this morning. I got out there Friday morning. I was out there Friday morning from we got our plane around 7 in the morning Friday morning, and we was out there for a grip. Had a good time. We're gonna come back too for sure, because I wish my wife, she was trying to chime it in where I can be out there for the opening of the other Nintendo store, but they delayed it a little bit, kind of threw her off schedule. So, but she already paid for the ticket, so it is what it is. K1 said, "Oh yeah, San Fran is my second home. San Francisco, my second home. Used to go there all the time when I was in Candlestick. Yeah, man, that's crazy. We could have hooked up, got some din or something. It's not. Listen, you are right. It's not all bad. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Absolutely. Yep. That's the one thing me and my wife came out. It's like, we just have to pay attention. I had to look people in their face. I had to make sure people knew that I knew they was looking at me, and I did that often. Like we went up. I got a really expensive camera. I mean, like real expensive. And so we went up to the top of the mountain overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was numbers of times people saw me with my camera, and you could tell that they think I wasn't paying attention to them. But when I turned around, I made sure I looked them right in their face. They had to know, like, listen, don't think I would not beat you off this mountain, because I will. I'm that guy. But I had to look at people that way. I had to let them know. And see, but I ain't no like I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but I ain't no small guy. Like if you see me, you gonna see my shoulders and my arms. You know, you gonna think twice about coming and take me if you trying to. And if I gotta lose my camera, you gonna eat it. That's how I felt about it. I'm gonna eat the camera. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Dion, have you ever been to New York? If you haven't been, man, it's worth it. It is worth going to New York. I would tell anybody, like, listen, get you a chance, go to the Nintendo store, man. Super good environment. I mean, it's just like if you ever been to San Francisco, New York is just like San Francisco, but you know, it's just a lot more people. The traffic is a lot. The traffic in San Francisco is crazy, but it's a different level of crazy in New York. It's like, golly. So, oh, nice. I must have missed you. Talk about it. Your trip in San Francisco vacation. Yeah, I was on vacation. My wife took me out there just to kind of hang out. I never been before, so that was something on my list. The first I've been was Chicago. I like Chicago too, though. I can't get Chicago too many days. So. Chicago different. I ain't gonna front. Like, I can stay like downtown, but I think that's all I can do is downtown Chicago. Chicago different, man. It's like going to Detroit. You can get Detroit all the love you want to downtown, but once you skirt out from that, if you skirt out from downtown in the city, then you ask for trouble. You just can't. Like I'm from the D, but I'm not going to the D to be like hanging out and chilling. Like all my family, like they on the outskirts now. They not in the city like they used to be. Cause it's just they got a little too violent. Pastor said, I would love to visit New York. I want to. Listen, man, I'm telling you, it is worth the experience, Pastor. If you get the opportunity, man, just to go down there and check it. Like I've been to New York several times, and it's always amazing to go down there. Love New York. But I think what, New York, you really got to have your head on a swivel because you know what, you deal with a lot more pickpocketing down in New York because so many people, and you can be so closed in. So you really got to be prepared to like where you keep your stuff at, how you keep your jacket locked in. You got to be careful in New York. But I love it though. I ain't gonna front. And like I love New York. Like we going back. Just don't know when. But like we like a lot of places. Like we like Florida. We love the beach, man. We love like the beaches in Florida is different than the beaches in San Francisco and in California, the Bay Area. They're just different. If I had to pick the choice between the two, I prefer the Florida beach before I do the California beach. This is a difference. But I like them both. But listen, y'all guys out there in the Bay Area. Oh, the Bay Area is like about a 9-hour drive to LA. But Dion, you in Inglewood. You haven't been to the Nintendo World yet? That trust me, I'll go to Oakland for a quick bite and a few spots, and then I'm out. See, listen, so you understand, like I'll visit for a hot minute, but to stay down there for a long time is just, he said, Captain C said, whoa, the live stream is still going. Yeah, man, we chopping it up now. We about to get into the wheel in a minute, because what time is it now? Oh, yeah, it's about 11:25. Yeah, we going on a nice little minute, friend. You know what, listen, this is how it be when you go off, I'm still stuck on California time. Because right now, California time is really like, 8:25. And we out in the, right now, we was out and about. We was hanging in the streets. Then we come back here, our body's all off. I'm like a zombie now. I'm like, I'm up and I'm about it. Shout out to Master P. Make him say, nah. Boy, oh boy. That No Limit era, buddy, was great. That was great music. Woo. Ghetto dope. Boy, oh boy. Gotta give a shout out to D-Boy. Neighborhood dope, man. I mean, he said that The gators scared me in Florida. Listen, man, I've not seen a gator yet, but I don't hang around those swamps. Now I'll get on the beach in a minute. The beaches is matter of fact, man, go to Destin, Florida. Oh man, the beach is beautiful, man. White sand. Oh man, beautiful. Good food. Captain Caesar, I just finished a tour at a plane museum, and we still going. The ice cream man is coming. Man, good times, man. Listen, yeah, man. So, I'm trying to think, man. I don't think I got any more. I did want to talk about this here, man. Nintendo suing accessory manufacturer Genki with show off Switch 2 early. Okay, now Genki was stupid. I mean, you can't get cocky, man. You in this business, man, when you going against big time corporations that got big time bread, you can't be cocky about because you need them to survive so you can sell and do the things you're selling. Not listen, now they coming for your neck. Nintendo is coming for their neck. Now I don't know. This is gonna be one of them things where you kind of be real interested to see how things work out. Like, is Genki gonna be balls enough to fight them all the way through court? Or are they gonna settle? It's going to be really, really interesting to see how this kind of transpires and unfolds. But you know what, man? You can't be out here saying stuff like, I gotta switch to off the black market, and I'm showing mock-ups of their system at their event and think like Nintendo not coming for y'all, man. They say, okay, let's gather our evidence together and say, okay, we're going to see you in a minute. And then, boom. Nintendo is really like, Nintendo, maybe it's their president, but somebody got with them and said, listen, we're going out to everybody. We are not playing this generation. Like, they stole enough from us this last generation. This generation, we are not playing around. We owe it to our shareholders. And they are not playing the radio with none of these companies. And Genki, buddy, you were just a little too cocky, man. A little too cocky, man. And now this stuff is going to backfire on you. And I think you just might lose. K1 says, does Nintendo have a case? Because all Genki does is mock-ups. But I guess they really did show off the whole system knowing. Yeah, I think that the issue, what I read today is that they're saying that as a company, they obtained illegal specs of the system without Nintendo's permission, which goes against the fair competitive clause. It goes to the competitiveness of the companies. I forgot how it's labeled and worded, but I know that was one issue. And then the other issue is of the advertisement of acquiring an illegal device. So I don't know how they prove that. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. I don't know. So all I know that they made, as a company, they made decisions that was not in the best interest of their company, and that might backfire on them. It says, K1 said, yeah, they are vicious. Heck, they will go after YouTubers for just showing off too much of a game sometimes. Yeah. Gotta be, at one point in time, I know, even in my YouTube era, Nintendo had made a decision to like not allow any YouTuber to share any video of any Nintendo game. I mean, it didn't go for long because the backlash was so harsh, and they start to really say, well, listen, this really values the company. We can't be that harsh because these people out here doing the work for free that Nintendo don't have to pay for. But, once again, Nintendo is in control mode, and financially they're in a place where they can be that way. Before they couldn't be that way. They had to really depend upon, I'm saying, people to advertise the Switch because it was a new concept, a new way of thinking things, and it was just coming off of the Wii U. So things are a little bit different, Nintendo has made a lot of mistakes in this launch of this system of the Switch 2 that could eventually backfire on them, but I don't think it will. Because the system is such high demand, I think the best thing they could have done is have a direct that shows the worth of the system. It showed a clear difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2. And that's what they didn't do between Wii and Wii U. They didn't show a clear difference. They showed a system that was similar in its look. And the only thing they added differently was a gamepad. And people just thought, well, I just buy the gamepad. That the messaging was all over the place. So Nintendo did two things wrong with the Wii U. They made their system itself look too much like a Wii. And then their marketing of the system wasn't clear and concise of why you needed this upgrade compared to what you had before. So I think Nintendo is in good hands as long as their launch lineup of products of their games is significant. I think they'll be fine. Because we all know, like in game systems, it's all about how you start. 3DS started off okay, but it had an issue with pricing, which slowed it down. And it took it a long time to kind of get to a point where I think they ended up selling like, 80 or 90 million, which was okay. But compared to the DS, which sold 154 million, it was still like a big time drop off. So Nintendo want to make sure that the Switch 2 puts them in a position where they're selling at least, they want to at least get to 100 million. I believe, at the end of the day, if they have a good cadence of games and them games are stellar games, that they can make it to 120 million. My issue with Nintendo beating out the original Switch 1 is the pricing. I'm telling you that until they announce a Switch Lite and that price is reasonable, because I think they can sell a Switch Lite at $250 and it'll be a reasonable enough a price where people would pick it up. And then that is where they're going to really like transform and take off. I think that first Lite is going to be so special and that it's going to sell like gangbusters. It's going to be really interesting to see what that thing looks like. I believe Nintendo can, if they can produce them, I believe within the first 2 years they can get to 50 million. And that was going to be exciting. All right, good people, listen. That's all the stories I got today. You know what? Just a quick recap. We talked about the prices. Let's look at the poll real quick. And they announced that Gears of War is coming to PS5 for $39.99. I think that's an absolutely phenomenal price. It's going to sell like gangbusters. It's going to sell 1 million units just on the PS5 alone. So they're going to be good. They're going to reap all the money they put into remaking this game. They're going to get that money back just on a PS5. But if they're smart, and we're hoping that Xbox is smart, even though they have proven to not be smart at times, this game should definitely come out on the Switch 2. And at $40, I think it's a phenomenal price. So our poll question tonight say, hey, is it $39.99 the right price for these remastered Xbox titles? And 65% of you said absolutely. 19% says it should be cheaper, and 16% says I'm not replaying these games. That tells you that 84% would consider replaying the Gears game. I haven't played Gears since the whole life of the Switch. I'll definitely replay it because it was a good game. Switch 1, I mean, you could argue that says Gears 1 was probably the best of the series. So I'm with that. And if they want to go ahead and put Halo 1 combat involved and do it the same way, and they charge $40, you know what? And give it online play, it's going to sell. It's going to sell. It's going to sell. Give it online play, cross-platform, buddy. It is what it's going to be. It's going to be a hit. Let it be a Christmas game. Let that bad boy drop in December. You don't need it to drop Black Friday weekend. Let the whole game be on the cart, buddy. I'll be there day one. All right, we talked about these prices. I know we talked a little bit about the Xbox prices, but you know what? I mean, I don't think Xbox cares either way. I don't think these price hikes kills them as a hardware company. I think time will tell if how they pivot to make clear changes to take their self to the next level. I think they're okay because other companies are going to be doing things for them. Their model of everything's Xbox is a great model, and I think they're going to make money from it. Now, how much of a force will there be in the gaming market will be, one of the things, only time is going to tell that. I think right now Nintendo has the momentum. Nintendo is in a position where they can really, really, really shift the market how they see fit. And I think with some really good games, Nintendo is going to really push that needle. And I think people underestimate the power of COD and Madden here in the States, and those two games affects on a system. Why do people buy PlayStation? I'm telling you, I talk to my friends, especially my older, they play COD, Madden, 2K. Now, I'm going to give you an easy way to play COD, Madden, 2K on the go. They still going to have their PlayStation, but let them bad boys, let EA be smart and let it be cross-play. EA, be smart and let this be cross-play, cross-save. So if I'm playing my season, I can go and play my season on my PlayStation. More people are gonna buy the Switch as that secondary device. They're gonna end up buying them both. And that's why I think the Switch is gonna continue to sell out until if the games run and the battery life is semi-decent, if my most taxing games give me 2 hours, it's a win-win. Pasta says, we all love Nintendo, but we know they are greedy. They would rather make their own Discord than to just use Discord and work the gaming community. I don't know if I would call them as greedy as most people put them out to be. Because think about it, man. If you are a Nintendo fan during the Wii U, you got to understand. You ever heard the statement, I'm going to get you for old and new? Nintendo is getting you for old and new. They saying, hey, you know what? A lot of y'all didn't support us, even though it was their fault. They like, listen, we got to get you on the comeback. We gave you a dope system in the Switch. Y'all loved it. Great. I'm glad y'all loved it. Now we about to hit you with the sauce, and if you want to continue to play with us, the winning team, you want to pay. So I get it. I'm with it. I'm on it. It said K1 says no doubt. I played Madden on the Rogue Alley. Game changer. If they add cross progression playing on the Switch would be fantastic. Yes. This is my issue of playing Madden on Rogue Alley. You know what? It would have issues from time to time on its performance, but the game would not last long. You play that game, man. Listen, you get one full Madden game. It's time to recharge. If that, that's my only issue. I had a Rogue Alley. I gave it to my son. The battery life was terrible. I wouldn't mind picking up a new one, but I was like, nah, the Switch 2 is too close. All right, good people, listen. Let's get into it. It is that time. It is wheel time. It is 11:41 p.m. on the East Coast. We got 41 people on the wheels of steel. This is your boy Gaming Dad. Well, don't forget, good people, listen, a couple of things you can support the channel. We love getting our Nintendo eShop cards. But you know what? They all cost money. You know, like today, I paid $20 cash, real cash money, for two. And I'm giving them both away tonight. But you can help the channel by one, hey, super chats help the channel, but also just becoming a member. Don't cost you too much. $2. Hey, what do you do for $2? You know what? If you go and you buy this half a cup of coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, I'm asking you to support the channel. I don't make gangbusters of money off this channel, man. I like doing this channel because I like the people in the community. It's therapy to me. One day I would love to be that kind of YouTuber where I can do big things and give out Nintendo Switch 2s, and I just financially I just can't do it. I got, like I told you earlier, I got 3 kids getting ready to go to college. Woo! I got 2 in college right now. My wife just got out of college. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. But I'm about to have 3 kids next year, all in college. Luckily, one of my sons was wonderful enough to earn himself a full scholarship. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. However, but by becoming a member, you give me an opportunity to continue to buy these game cards, continue to support the channel, continue to support the community, and we continue to do these things every Monday night. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna make it happen every Monday, no matter what. But every little bit helps, and I'm grateful that you took time today to come out and hang out with me. And I hope one of you guys become the winner tonight. Once again, if Gaming Dad wins tonight, I give my winners over to Pasta. Pasta's on here twice already, so he gives himself 3 chances to win tonight. 2 eShop cards. I mean, the final 2 selections will be our winners. My man Dion, who was our winner last week, can't win this week, but he is on the board to rig the board. Yes, right. The rig is in effect. Trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah. Become a member of the channel. It's only $1.99. But if you really want to support the channel, we also have a $4.99 tier. We do have currently members on the channel right now. If you see a star by your name, then that person is a member of the channel. We thank you guys for your support and continue to support Gaming Dad. I appreciate you and all that you do. Without any further ado, if you hear the wonderful sounds of Peter Griff, that means you are off the board. Yeah, because I have some other sounds for you. So without any further ado, our first loser tonight will be who? Who is the first loser tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our first one off the board will be last week's winner. My man, Dion Freeman, is off the board. He's out of here, but he's not going to be our first loser. Our first loser will come up next. That means there will be a new winner tonight for sure. And our first loser will be... Oh, not Icon since 1987, man. Thanks for coming through, my brother. I appreciate you, but you're out of here. I appreciate you. All right, was at 41. Now we're at 39. Who's left to catch the flex? And it will be up next. Lex is going to be Avant. Baby, kind of close. Now Pasta is getting close. Ooh, wait, that was close. But Avant, you out of here. All right, let's keep this wheel moving and grooving. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be. They're going to go speed. Ryan 10. Thanks for coming through, my brother. Appreciate you. But you out of here. All right. Who's up next? That wheel is spinning for the winning. Who's up next? Who will go? Ooh, that was close, but Breaking Bad 81. It's like it's no fun for you. All right. Keep that wheel spinning for the winning. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our next selection will be J Biggs, Mr. New York. Please exit left, please. J Biggs is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. He's out of here. Represent New York in the building. New York. And up next to catch the flex will be Sonic, Knuckles, Tails. Get out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who's up next to catch the flex? It will be, it's going to be Ricardo. Peace out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what did the sheep say? What did the sheep say? Captain C. That's getting close. Captain C. What would it be? What did the sheep say to you? Captain C is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all. I gotta wait to this one. Tell you, man, it never gets old. All right. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be, woo, Kraken Shell 5.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get
Nothing.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight we have one of our special winners tonight. And we'll have to give it up for our special winner the only way we know how to. And our special winner tonight will be representing Las Vegas in the building. Quake 311 is our special winner tonight. Quake, congratulations. But
Psych.
Better luck next time. Slugheads.
Quake is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 30 people on the wheels of steel. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be my brother from another mother, Steve. Man. It's out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We keep it moving and grooving. Moving and grooving. And up next to catch the flex will be, that's getting close. Dub City, West Side.
Very good. Very good. You know something?
No suit for you.
Come back.
1 year.
Next.
All right. Dub City's off the board. Let's see. So next to catch the flex, and it will be the big homie from New York, CMG. All right, CMG is off the board. We keep it moving and grooving. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be, oh no. Getting close to Gaming Dad. Getting close. Ooh, Gaming Dad bit the dust. God almighty. All right, Gaming Dad is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep it moving and grooving. Who's up next to catch the flex? We're down to 26 in the mix. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be, not Miss Ellen. Geeky's. It's Geeky's mom. Geeky's mom. All right. She's off the board, ladies and gentlemen. But the Geeky family is still on the board, strong, holding on. 2 slots. 25 left on the board. Ooh, getting close. Who's going to be? Oh, Geeky going back to back with mom. Now Geeky.
You lose.
It's off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Got to be more careful. All right. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be. That's going to be Tariq. I'm putting on Tariq. Yep. Yep, Tariq. You out of here. I should love to do that. I should love to do that face every time. You out of here. We're down to 23 in the place to be. Who's up next to catch the flex? Please exit left, CMG. New York. My brother from another mother's out of here. Miss Ellen says, it's good because it passed my bedtime. See you next week. I love you. Listen, y'all show Geeky Mama some love. She said, I'm coming back next week. I love it. Geeky, your mom, she in Texas too? Miss Ella, you in Texas too? I get Texas some love. Suicide Saved by Grace says, this is so rigged. The wheel is on the line and it's so sus. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Kiki said. All right, good people. It's down to 22. 22 in the building. She said, Texas in the building. Bazdit 24/7 TV. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving, baby. Who's up next? Catfish down to 21. 21. Oh, now Candy cuts it up. It's out of here. All right. It's 11:50. Think I got time to get another burger? I might get to get me another burger. Oh, newcomer to the channel. You smoke mid. You smoke mid. You is out of here, my brother. Thanks for coming through, man. Love the conversation, man. I hope I can see you again next Monday. That's right. Y'all show Kiki Mom some love. Miss Ellen is out of here. Supersonic Saved by Grace. That time it was dead on there. So the best thing about tonight's Will is no GT. I hope he catches this stream later on. So he can see your comment. No GT and no Sonic Saved by Grace. JB said, I want a burger. Listen, my wife made turkey burgers tonight. God damn, I had one before the stream. It was like delicious. I said, I got to get me another one before I go night-night. 18 people left on the Wheels of Steel. And who's getting ready to get ejected off the board? Oh, yeah. Jack Black 12. Peaches, 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 peaches. Get out of here with that. Jack Black is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're down to 17, boy. That wheel is getting down there. Getting ready to break it down, boy. Getting ready to break it down, though. Oh, not wet pasta. Wet pasta.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get
Nothing. You lose.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who's up next? Catch the flex. It will be New Cap 7.
Better luck next time. Slugheads.
All right, we down to 15 in the building, and you know what we about to do? What did the sheep say? What did the sheep say? Uh-oh, getting close, getting close. 4-track 800 is out of here. K1 says spin for a burger. Spin for me a burger. I should give out some free giveaways to like Five Guys. They got Five Guys on the West Coast. Oh, woo, that's getting close, K1. It's getting close. Woo, but Shawnee, another one bites the dust. Ah. Shawnee's off the board, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 13 people. Who has the unlucky number of 13? We're about to find out. God almighty, West Pasta 89 in the building. But he's out of here, ladies and gentlemen. God almighty, West Pasta, man, listen, man, it was good. But you took 3 L's already. Listen, we got to stay to the end and see who gets these wins. Don't forget, good people, listen, hey, if you win tonight, he said we do have Five Guys over here. Yeah, man, Five Guys is my jam. My daughter works. She's a manager at Five Guys. But Dookie 23. Your name smell like Dookie. Bad Five Guys is listen, next Christmas stream, add fast food. Listen, Geeky, we be on the same mindset. We be on the same mindset. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to give out some food. Because you know what? We can do game. We do a lot. Listen, for those who knew, we do a Christmas stream every year. And I give out tons of gift cards. And I always give out game gift cards. But I think this year I'm gonna mix it in with some food game cards. Man, Five Guys is my jam. Boy, I can tell you. I go in that bad, but this is my order when I go to Five Guys. I get me a 2-patty cheeseburger. I need it with grilled onions, mayo, ketchup, mustard, lettuce, tomato. That's it. Buddy, that bad would come off that, be piping hot, that cheese be melting, dripping everywhere. I'd be over the hands, be toe up when you done. But man, you be satisfied. And I gotta have a small fry. Not a large fry. You have a large fry when you got 30 people with you. When you want everybody to eat some fries, that's how big the fries is of a large fry. Small fry will feed you, your girl, and your son. It feed 3 of y'all with a small fry. Maybe even 4. But a large fry? Shh. Potatoes for days. Oh, you guys taking the Five Guys over there. All right, good people. Listen, we're down to 11. Down to 11. But on track 3. Peace out. Keep that wheel spinning for the winning. Who's up next? Oh yeah, P Slaughter. Yeah. Just keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving. Yeah, we had 9, but she got to be fine. Aw. Give it up for Geeky, y'all. Geeky is out of here. Geeky, you? Oh, Geeky's still on the board, ladies and gentlemen. She's still thriving. She's still in here. Up next to catch the flex will be not Nate to hate.
You lose.
All right, we're down to 7. Let me read some of these comments real quick. K wants to, did you try In and Out? Listen, man, we passed a bunch of them. And so we the first morning we had, no, the first day we got there, we had Jack in the Box. And that was good. I was surprised. And, you know, and it looked like a hole in the wall, the one I went to, but the food was delicious. It was delicious. So Jack in the Box was delicious. We was like, okay, bet. And then we started driving around. We saw a bunch of In and Outs. There's no In and Outs by Union Square. But once we drove out of the city, we saw them all, you know, we seen them everywhere. And so, and we was like, damn, we should try In and Out. But we ended up having A&W instead. The A&W was off the, man, listen, I haven't had A&W in about 5 years. But that A&W was so good. Oh, that was so good. Listen, we were so glad that we thought about having A&W. We had passed the A&W on our way to the Peanuts Museum, and so on the way back, we was like, there they go that A&W. We just pulled in and had A&W. And then we had some fish off the pier. It was pretty good. I forgot the name of the place we had, but I like it because they get their fish in fresh daily. It was good. It tastes like it was fresh. So this is good. This is a good time, man. Good time. But yeah, I need to try it. In and Out must be pretty good. Geeky says Five Guys taste best right when it comes. That's right, Geeky. You like Five Guys. If you get it and then go home, it's okay. But you gotta eat it. To me, that's the best way to eat Five Guys is right there in the restaurant. Like right there, you get your food, you go to the table, you eat. And then you know what? If you want to go home, you take you a shake and go home. But that's how I eat it. Like every time my daughter be like, you know, Daddy, you gonna eat today, Daddy? I'm like, yes, I am. I'm gonna eat today. And so but I get my sandwich, I eat right then. Now my kids, they don't care. My kids don't. My sons, they don't care. That sandwich could be 2 days old, left in the microwave. They're gonna heat that bad boy up and eat it. They eat everything. But me, if I gotta have it, you right, it's gotta be right then. We're going out to dinner. We're going to dinner, eat at Five Guys. Delicious. All right, good people. We're down to 7 people left on the Wheels of Steel. But in a minute, we're going to be down to 6. Who is going to be it? Ooh, oh, man, that Ty Robot. Ty Robot, man, listen, thanks, man, for coming through, representing Twitch in the building.
It's all there, black and
But you
white,
got to
clear
go.
as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right. Up next to Captain Flex, who's going to be? Who's going to be? Oh, Geeky, you hung in there a long time. But you got to go.
Better luck next time. Slug heads.
We're down to 5. Who do we got next? Old school, new school. Holly Pinky, you came close, but you out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're down to our final 4. K1 in the building. In the piece. Bassett 24/7. YT is still on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Oxford Trapper. PC. PC has won a couple times this year. And she on the board again. So listen, hey, you know what's the top 2? Who would it be? Who could it be? Let's find out right now, ladies and gentlemen. Break it on down. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oxford Trapper is out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's going to be. The next one that kicks off is it. So one of our winners could be Bazzer 24/7. It could be KP. It could be Fanta Katrina again for the win. I don't know, but you know what? Nick Cannon going to show up early today, hit the drums with a 3-peat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight's winners will be KP is out of here. Oh. Our winners tonight is PC and Bassett 24/7. YT. Oh, man. I was really pulling for you, KP. I keep calling you KP. It's K1. I'm going to get it together one day. But we know these two are our final winners. You know what they need to do. PC, when you see this here, yeah, it's PC is still on there, huh? GG, all right. You know what you got to do. Send me that message on Discord, and I'll get it to you. All right, good people, listen. For the sake of seeing who our winner will be, let's see who's really the final winner. Recount the spins. And PC would be our winner tonight at Bassett 24/7 is out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids, give it up for our legit winner tonight. Give it up for Fat and Katrina. All right, good people. Listen, man, thank y'all for hanging out with me. You know, I know we was on here for a long time. Geeky, you know, listen, I know this past your bad time, too. But I thank y'all for hanging out, man. Had a good time talking with you guys, man. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. I can't wait to get back to San Francisco. I can't wait for no month from now. We'll all be playing our games, talking about what games we playing, how we liking it. It's going to come faster, sooner than we can expect it. But you know what? Listen, if you ever watch my channel, I always love to pray. The Bible says we have not because we ask not. You know, people sometimes wonder why things are happening in your life because, you know, you haven't asked God to help protect you from those things and be able to help guide you on how to move forward. And but I tell you, if you don't have a relationship with God, God just wants a relationship with you. I'm gonna say it again. He wants a relationship with you. He loves you. He wants to be a part of your life, a part of your decision making. And he grieves when you make decisions without him. And he really, really wants to be a part of your life. So I'm going to pray today that God be with you, all you guys, and that you guys get the courage enough to reach out to him. Geeky said, I had definitely been falling asleep. So let me pray real quick. Geeky said you can really go to bed in good dreams and good thoughts. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you, Lord. I pray, Lord, that the Holy Spirit guides my thoughts and my prayers this evening. Because, Lord, I desire the Spirit to intercede on all of our behalves. You already know what we want and need, Lord. You said that our prayers become like moans because the Holy Spirit understands everything that we think about and we want. I just pray, Lord, that more people gravitate towards the Spirit, that they seek your wisdom, Lord, that they learn to love your Son and trust him as their Lord and Savior. I pray in the name of Jesus, Lord, that you go out before us, Lord, and make our path straight. That you guide us, Lord, that you show us and reveal your wisdom to us. I pray, Lord, in the name of Jesus, that you bless those who took time out their day to spend it with me. Times on this earth that they cannot get back, Lord, but I pray, Lord, that you bless them, Lord, to be able to last this long, Lord, and be willing to hear this prayer. I pray, Lord, for those who couldn't make it to the stream tonight, who wanted to. I pray for those out there in the world right now, Lord, who is protecting us and doing things to serve this country, Lord. I pray, Lord, you bless our leaderships in this country. I pray, Lord, your Spirit be upon those who love and guide you, Lord. I pray in the name of Jesus right now, Lord, that you bless our family and friends, that you bless us spiritually, emotionally, and financially. Let your Spirit covers us throughout this week, Lord. Let us protect us, Lord. Guide our thoughts and our speech. I pray, Lord, that we speak good things upon ourselves and upon our friends and family, Lord. Let no negative speech come out of our mouth, Lord. Let everything be positive, Lord, and loving. We thank you and we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Good people, this is your boy, Gammy Dad, man. I thank y'all for taking this opportunity to listen to me, man. I had a good time today. I pray that you had a good time and that I didn't waste your time tonight. And I pray those who are new to the channel come back next week, man. We do this again. This is your boy, Gammy Dad, man. Thank you very, very much. I hope I should have some new content dropping off tomorrow, man. Chime in real quick. I might be on YouTube Shorts or I might be a full video. I haven't decided yet which one it's going to be. But something is dropping tomorrow. Just be on the lookout for that. And if you haven't paid off your Switch 2 pre-order, man, go into your GameStop or wherever you get pre-order and just drop a little money down on it. That's what I do. I nickel and dime it. I went in today with like, how much you want to pay down? I said, I got 5 cents on it. No, but I put $20 on it today. So, you know, I just keep paying. I got to pay my sons off. You know, I keep paying his off slowly but surely. But good people, man, thank y'all for tonight. It says, Pasta says, man, let's play Mario Kart together when you get get us as a community. Yeah, man. Listen, we probably need to do that sooner than later, cause we can definitely get into some Mario Kart 8. I ain't the best at Mario Kart 8, but I like to play. I tell you right now, listen, I'm not the best at any game except for like it's a fighting game, but I like to play. I don't sometimes like my son, man, he has the issues with losing, but I like to play no matter if I win or lose, man. It's good to be around people that like the same things you like. So we definitely gotta make that happen, Pasta. But yeah, man, let's I see y'all guys again next weekend. Be on the lookout. I might even get on. I might even get on tomorrow and just chat up while we on the play session or something. So, all right, good people, listen. You know how I like to do it. I like to end my stream in the Mortal Wars of Don Cornelius. I gotta find my little. Oh, there we go. Don Cornelius always say at the end of his stream of not end of his stream, but the end of his show of Soul Train. Peace, love, and soul, good people. This is your boy Gaming Dad, and I'm Audi 5000G. Peace out, man.